The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
Ah!
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig! Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport! Hello, beautiful people! And welcome to Harrisonburg, Virginia! The campus of JMU Field Day Friday starts now! Football is happening on this campus in a beautiful way. I had no idea what to expect here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. The nearest airport is 2 hours away. We're deep in the hills of Virginia, and all I can say is, whoa! JMU! Showed up in a massive way. If you're the NCAA and you're sitting in that stupid office in Indianapolis where we happen to live, it's a great city. It's a great town. Right. And there's a dumb institution that is ruling over college football. Because if you don't want these people dancing in bowl season,
supposed to be on Thanksgiving break. Starts today.
Hey, NCAA.
Yeah. What's that? Let us bowl? Like the game?
Nope. I believe what they're saying is the people that are at the NCAA are a bunch of assholes, and I couldn't agree more. I graduated high school in 2005. And when I went to West Virginia, we were introduced to the NCAA on day one. We had to go through a 85-page pamphlet about all the rules and regulations that the NCAA put forth so that they can help the student human athletes live their best life in college.
Sure.
You're telling me an undefeated team with this fan base doesn't deserve to be dancing?
Come on.
You deserve every asshole chant. You deserve every time I step onto this microphone on ESPN,
right.
on YouTube,
right.
on ESPN Plus,
right.
on TikTok,
right.
on Twitter,
right.
and on Instagram.
Right.
You deserve every time I say you're a bunch of dipshits who don't deserve to be a part of college sports.
Yep.
We're going to try to do a show today. I don't know how we're going to, and I cannot wait to see College Game Day here live tomorrow morning. Man. Get a little bit emotional because I accidentally said, is there going to be like 5 or 6 people that are going to show up? Because last week we went down to Georgia and the Bulldogs had about 30, 40 fans for us.
Just about, yeah.
And the demographic told us that we should do pretty good down in Georgia. All the analytics and statistics told us that crowd should be great. Hills of Virginia, we were not told it was going to be great.
No.
But these people don't care. You put it.
Insane. Holy hell. Absurd.
We're here on the quad in front of the Wilson Hall.
This place. Kidding me?
All right, listen. I'm not here alone, obviously.
The reason why the show is so successful is because of the fine gentleman that I'm allowed to sit next to every single day. The toxic table is here. At Ty Schmidt and at Boston Connor here.
Hell yeah.
Con man, I don't think any of us knew what was coming whenever we flew into this beautiful town this morning. We take off from Indianapolis, we get on the bird and we say, what is James Madison going to be like?
Yeah.
We got a chance to go to Utah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Had a chance, obviously, to go to Alabama at the beginning of the season. Awesome.
Yep. Colorado in the beginning.
Colorado was sweet.
Yep.
Georgia was meh. Bulldogs, great football team.
Yes.
But our show was not well received down there because I took David Pollock's spot, obviously,
of course,
on College Game Day.
That's how that works.
I don't think any of us had a clue. What did you learn about James Madison University and James Madison this morning, Boston College?
I learned a lot of stuff. There's some complex things I think people would point to. He's the shortest president of all time. He's 5'4". He is 100 pounds. Short Kings, I guess, here.
Short king, yeah. What else?
That's fantastic. He's 100 pounds, soaking wet, so he's an agile son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And, he was one of Thomas Jefferson's friends, but you just mentioned it. If I'm App State, I am not showing up tomorrow because these people, holy shit. Just get back on the bus or the plane or whatever you got to do because I don't see how this is a 9-point spread. They might get beat by 50 if it's this rowdy tomorrow.
This is so fascinating, obviously.
Truck
App State.
Yeah, right.
Truck App State.
They're saying take on your trucks and go back to App State.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Not the other one.
They're not saying the F word.
No. Or luck.
Ty, what'd you learn about JMU? I heard this place is fine in 1908. Is that accurate?
It was, initially I believe as a women's college, but they
Shout out women.
Yeah, shout out women. Obviously, got a lot of women in the crowd. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much. I'm a Midwesterner at heart, have never been to Virginia, had never really had any interest in coming to Virginia. After today, I'll be honest, I don't know if I ever want to leave Virginia.
There's a We Love Women chant going.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then you said you don't want to leave Virginia. I completely understand. Coming in these rolling hills.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Shenandoah Valley.
Oh. Shenandoah River. Now, they say that's about Western Virginia, which is where we would be right now.
Yep.
Even though the school that I went to, West Virginia, is kind of taking claim to it.
Yep.
You talk about a 9-point spread tomorrow for App State. Let's talk about one half of the hammer. Dahn! Cowboys, Stefon Diggs, they knew that. What do you think about the line? It's 9, and what do we need to know about both these teams? We'll be talking to head coach of the James Madison Dukes, Kurt Cignetti, in about 18 minutes. What do we need to know about these two teams and putting these wagers in there, Tim?
I can tell you that 9 is not even close to a big enough line. Like Connor said, the line should probably be around 28, 29, 30, something like that. I know that JMU has one of the best defenses in the country, the best run defense in the country, and I believe they put up over 500 yards last week against UConn. So, yeah, they're pretty good on both sides of the ball. But as you know, I'm a...
Whoa. Come on. Who are they talking about? The country?
Matthew Kennedy.
Oh.
Speaking of fire, from what I've been told, there was a fire in the area. The AQI is not as fine as it could be. These people don't care. They say give us bad air, no air, rain, snow, beautiful day. We'll come out and yell for our school because they're getting disrespected by the NCAA. And whenever you talk about 9 points not being enough, this is like, is that right game.
Yeah. Bingo.
Anytime a team has that type of thing, obviously they're playing for more, let alone all the attention, and let alone the student section here.
But where I went to college, I was also a Duke. I'm a Duke at heart, and we were saying it's a great day to be a Duke, and this is probably the best day to be a Duke that I've ever had.
Hell yeah.
You getting a JMU pop off of going to Duquesne is certainly something, Stefon Diggs. They have these streamers, I guess. They just throw the shit. That's just the game.
Yeah, that's fun.
You
That's
talk
awesome.
the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So anytime we get a little bored, we'll just start throwing the shit out of those. And now, ladies and gentlemen, There's a man here who is currently battling through only having 1.5 eyeballs. There's a sign right here that says, I had a joke, but he wouldn't be able to see it. He's a college football national champion.
Why?
A Super Bowl champion.
Why? They know.
Ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Hall. Parker, you're from Ohio. Obviously, you're an Ohio State legend. You were in the conversation with us in the plane. We had no idea what to expect. Did you expect this out of the James Madison people?
I was not sure what to expect, but when you talk to anybody that talks about JMU, they say, like, these people live and die for this school. And we met some family members from a great guy. Foss's family members, a couple of his brothers, and one of his brothers said this is the best place on earth, and he graduated 2 years ago from this spot. So yeah, I feel you feel like these people they take pride in what they're doing here. So I cannot imagine what tomorrow morning will be like for you guys.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's gonna be like tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do for the next 2 hours and 50 minutes. I have no idea how we're supposed to talk about anything other than the incredible fans here. One last time.
Well, it's easy.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
JMU. That's pretty clean. Big basketball game tonight as well.
Okay,
Here we go.
Remember, they beat the shit out of Michigan State.
They sure
Wiped
did.
the floor with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're top 25.
So I think like this entire campus is on fire for good reason.
Both of them.
And you know, just to wrap up, to kind of put a bow on that conversation for right now, the NCAA said, well, if we start granting this, that sets a precedent that we don't want going forward.
Sure.
Well, I'd like to let you know, NCAA, if you utilize your brains, which we understand you do not have a lot of, that there isn't just going to be teams that are just undefeated that make the transition from FCS to FBS. There's not a lot of teams that are able to just step up into a bigger league and have their way with people. 500 yards of offense against UConn a week ago. Undefeated off. They got a coach that was at Bama. They got coaches everywhere else. The NCAA saying we don't want to set a precedent. Do you think James Madison is setting a precedent of what other teams will do? I don't think so. So NCAA, one last time, y'all are so dumb, and you should come experience this.
Yeah, big time.
Before you make a decision. But that would take effort. That would take brains. That would take empathy. That would take an actual understanding of a student human athlete's life. And the NCAA has never really showcased that particular skill set.
What's a major?
Is that the president's name?
Oh, that's the... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I do believe that is. I can't hear exactly what they're chanting, but they're all clowns. The NCAA is dumb, and this place is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's move along. We'll be having Pete Thamel join us here in a matter of moments to break down everything going on with the NCAA and Virginia district attorney, whatever it is.
Sure, you get it.
Doing a lawsuit and what they could do. Also, Michigan news continues to kind of build. Chris Partridge, linebacker coach of Michigan, was fired.
Bullspit. In reference to who?
The linebacker.
Yeah, I think anytime you bring up the NCAA, that could probably be chanted. Other than March Madness, I think they kind of get March Madness right, which they kind of hang their hat on at home. But let's move along. Last night there was a massive football game in the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens have their way with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the story could be that the Baltimore Ravens have only trailed for like 4 minutes of the entire season. They've been phenomenal. They've been dominant. Last night we got a chance to watch their show. We got to watch them do their thing. Mark Andrews gets injured early. Then Lamar got injured a little bit. Trey Hendrickson got up slow. Taylor Britt got hurt in the game. And the big story is Joey Burrow ends up having to leave the game with a ligament or tendon in his wrist. His right hand was swollen, couldn't grip a football. Now the implications for the rest of the season are certainly being conversated about. AJ, as a man who's from Ohio, who obviously picked the Bengals last night, will you tell us why the Bengals are lying about that injury report? And why Joey Burrow was hurt and nobody talked about it?
I want to know what the injury is. I mean, that looks nasty when he throws that ball and you see him just grimace in pain. Did we know, is it a bone? Is it a ligament? Have we had any kind of clarity on that?
He said he heard a pop is what the lip readers have told us. So we have no idea what that means, but that obviously means bad news. We thought there was a chance he'd be able to go inside. They'd be able to shoot it up with Toradol. Maybe he comes back. He was not. On the sideline when he couldn't even get that thing to turn over and the ball falls out of his hands, we all noticed, oh no, this is a game changer. This is a real deal. Joey Burrow obviously hurt coming into the year. Joey Burrow hurt last year. Joey Burrow hurt the year before that. Now he's got a wrist injury on top of it. Terrible news from the Bengals, but I don't think the Ravens give a single damn, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're probably sitting pretty. I mean, they feel great, top of the AFC. Chiefs have to play against the Eagles on Monday night. That whole entire situation is working out perfectly for them. We were talking about it last night, though. Primetime football is cursed. Like, it's not like it was just Burrow. You listed all those guys off. Mark Andrews, he's done for the year. That's massive for the Ravens.
You saw Lamar throw his helmet. You actually saw him go, damn. Because that's his guy. Have been for a long time.
And you could tell how much pain he was in right away. Like, I think Lamar went to help him up, and then Mark Andrews said something to him. He realized how bad the injury really was. But no, it stinks for Cincy. Their entire season's over, and the Ravens might go on to win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's a chance with how the Ravens have played. This is Mike Ruhlman, by the way. This dude's a dog.
Hey, Mike.
Mike Ruhlman is an absolute dog here. And we don't want to get away from the game last night. Everybody needs to respect the Ravens, though. Without Mark Andrews, going to look like a different team on the offense. Defense flies around. Keith Van Noy made a couple massive plays. We don't know if we'll FaceTime him later. Hopefully he'll answer. But the Ravens are for real, and they do it in a fashion that's very dominant. So that team could kind of run anybody out of a building. If they do, last night the Bengals get a big-time loss on prime time. Joining us now is a man who might have more information that will either make these people happy or make these people miserable. Ladies and gentlemen, the authority, Pete Thamel. Pete, no death threats here from these folks, although the other news topic certainly has brought some negativity into your timeline on a regular basis. Can't wait to get to Michigan next week. Can't wait to get to Michigan. It's going to be a great game, Pat. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Let's stay here in this beautiful state.
Sure.
You know you've been covering college football for how long now?
Nationally, 20 years.
Okay, so you've been covering college football for 20 years. You've seen the ineptitude of the NCAA. You know how they operate. Don't you think before the NCAA makes a ruling, like these people don't deserve to dance in bowl season, should they have to come here and see this? Do you think there's any chance that not only today, because our show's dumb, but tomorrow morning on College Game Day, when this place showcases that not only are they a D1 school, not only are they an FBS team, they're one of the loudest, most passionate, and deserving teams to do it. Is there any chance that a ruling gets changed for these fine people in Kurt Cignetti's football program?
I would say their best chance is now in the courts. The Attorney General of the state of Virginia wrote a letter basically this week to the NCAA threatening pending legal action if nothing has been changed. Nothing has been changed since that letter has been written. So their best chances are going to come. I hate to bring up another temporary injunction into our sporting lives because there's a few of them.
They are suing the shit out of them, but will that end up being anything?
It's hard to project legally, Pat, what that could end up being, but you have to give the Attorney General credit for recognizing how special this moment is. Teams who transition do not go 10-0. No. Teams that transition are not ranked 18th in the country. Teams that transition are not in position to make a New Year's Six bowl, which, by the way, would flow millions of dollars into this school, into this athletic department, that just 2 years ago was playing for an FCS title. So I think I have had a sincere appreciation just for the anomaly that has happened here, that they went from an FCS power to a ranked FBS team in record time. I have never seen in college football history a team do what's been accomplished here at James Madison.
And we'll talk to Kurt Cignetti in about 7 minutes. The head coach here has obviously been a part of this entire thing since 2019. I think you keep chanting, it's going to work. That's how the NCAA works.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how the NCAA works. You keep getting their attention. Hopefully they'll change. To kind of wrap this particular conversation up about JMU and the NCAA, there's no way they're able to get this done by January 1, right? The NCAA moves at the pace of molasses.
I mean, the only way something would get done, the waiver process on Wednesday, which I won't bore you with the details of, there were 4 committees involved, and they basically said unequivocally no. They went 0 for 4.
Why are they so dumb?
That would be, they call that a loaded question in journalism school.
Yeah, well, this is Journalism Sports Network, JSPN,
yes,
so we got to do what we have to do, but like, oh, that's the head coach. He is here. Yeah, we will introduce him in a couple seconds. Before we let Pete Thamel go and bring the head coach up, Michigan, big news today. Not only yesterday did they drop their entire injunction that was scheduled for Friday morning, they just fired defensive assistant Partridge, I believe is the name?
Chris Partridge.
Chris Partridge, okay. Where are we with the Michigan turn of events, and what does this all say about what happened in Michigan, Pete?
So I think when we look back on this case, Pat, the last 24 hours are going to be known as a distinct turning point, really a sea change. If you go back to last weekend, Friday night, Michigan issues a couple lawsuits. They call the Big Ten fraudulent, unlawful, unethical, unjustified. Saturday, the athletic director comes out with one of the all-time scorched earth statements. He calls the Big Ten's actions completely unethical, insulting to well-established NCAA process, and then they file a lawsuit to do this. Yesterday, they pulled their lawsuit after filing it before they could get the process that they initiated. And then today, they fire one of their assistant coaches, and sources have told me it was based on information, and these actions are based on information from NCAA interviews that have happened this week. So clearly, bad news has emerged, and they are now facing the reality of a bad set of facts. And I think I've said this on your program a few times. It's always been bad facts. Bad facts.
Yeah, it's not just allegation. It turned into facts. And now Michigan's out an assistant coach. They're out their head coach for the rest of the regular season. And the NCAA hasn't even started investigating, right?
So the NCAA has started investigating. Now, they haven't done the deep dive of sitting with Jim Harbaugh and sitting with the key people. Our Tom Van Haren reported today that Partridge's firing was related to him not cooperating with the NCAA.
Yeah. Oh.
Interesting. So typically not cooperating.
Harbaugh's got some dogs.
Yeah, is tied into...
Go ahead, Ty. Pete.
Yeah, so Pete, when you look at this, when Partridge is fired, and you know, I think the layman just thinks, okay, well, this is over then, you know, because he was obviously the smoking gun with Connor Stallions. Do you think this kind of gives the NCAA the push to maybe levy a more harsh punishment on Jim Harbaugh off, you know, come postseason? Or is this just the end of this for the time being?
Oh, it's really for the NCAA, Ty. It's just the beginning.
Oh,
well, they're probably 1/10 of the way through the timeline of their investigation. And the key phrase for Jim Harbaugh going forward is going to be head coach responsibility. Now, he already has head coach responsibility from the unethical conduct charge in the NCAA COVID dead period recruiting investigation. So now that charge, because that process hasn't flowed out yet, there will be an additional, likely, if the evidence goes where we think it will, an additional charge that could lead to a bigger suspension if he's still Michigan's coach next year. So the future of Jim Harbaugh is really a fascinating subplot to this because they are in the thicket of multiple significant NCAA investigations.
All right, Pete, we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, Pete. Hey, Pete, get these people in the bowl, Pete. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's an Italian man from Pittsburgh who became the head coach of this particular program, and since then, he has gone 51-8.
Damn!
This year they're undefeated, and all of this passion is for right reason. The head coach of the JMU football team, Kurt Cignetti.
What's that smell? Anybody smell any of the...
There's a skunk in the crowd.
Yeah, it must be.
Someone's got gasoline. Nice.
All right. I did some push-ups this morning, try to wake the boys up a little bit. A little chillier than I thought, but it is beautiful. Coach, hey, these people are awesome, Coach. If you're talking, you can, yeah. Yep, go ahead.
Yes.
Do we like the NCAA?
Unreal.
Do we like Pat?
Nice throw.
Do we love the Dukes?
That's awesome. Coach.
Please.
All right.
Yeah.
JMU. That's sick, dude. Hey, thank you for joining us, Paisan. I genuinely appreciate you making time out of your life for this.
Yeah, man.
Let's just dive right into it right there. The first question there was, do we like the NCAA? Obviously, it was a resounding no. Was there a time this year where you thought the NCAA was going to make the right decision as your team continued to climb and become undefeated? Was there hope and optimism at any point this year that the NCAA would maybe see what you guys have built and give you a little bit of love for the bowl season?
I thought they'd make the right decision last summer when we petitioned the first time, because we were the first team to ever make the transition in 1 year, play a full FBS schedule, and go to 85 scholarships and win the Sun Belt East Conference.
Is that good?
We did in year one. That's decent.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And then I thought maybe there was some pressure on them to make the right decision this time around. And because they screwed up the Tez Walker thing and the head guy stepped in and basically made the right decision for him, I thought he would do the same thing for us. But, you know, when you have 4 committees ruling on something like this, it's hard to get 3 people to agree on anything, yet 4 committees. But you know what? When you can hide behind a committee, like I wish when I was asked, like, why did you punt? I could say my subcommittee recommended I punt. Take charge and lead, leader.
Talk your shit. You should talk your shit, Kurt. Obviously, you coach at Bama, then you go to IUP, and then now you're here at JMU. Your overall coaching record is 118-34. You're a dog, dude.
That's 34 too many.
Yeah, I understand. I understand we're trying to win it all. Why was JMU the spot for you, though, after going to a couple different places?
Well, you know, I learned a lot from Nick. When I left Bama, I took a chance on me, a very unorthodox chance. It worked out. JMU was a winner. There were very few places you could win big consistently. At that time, we were FCS. You could win a national championship any given year at Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, North Dakota State, and JMU. Now, we made the transition up. We were ready for it in a lot of different areas, which we've proven by winning the Sun Belt East last year. And if we win one of our next 2, theoretically, we would be the Sun Belt champions, since we beat Troy already, last year's champion, who we couldn't play.
Talk your shit.
Yes.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
Stefon Diggs from Holiday Park, Pittsburgh Italian as well.
Coach, being from there, you have the #1 rush defense in the country and the #1 sack team in the country. So that scratches me right where I itch. Does that come from being from the city where we stop the run, we get to the quarterback, and how awesome is that, knowing that your defense is going to go out and wreak havoc every game?
Oh yeah, we watch still curtain cut-ups all the time. You know, we're tenacious. We've always stopped the run here. We're #1 in the country. #2, I think, right now by half a yard. #1 in sacks. Jalen Green was going to set an NCAA sack record.
15.5.
But, you know, his statistics didn't count because we weren't bowl eligible. It's like we don't exist. Here's what I can kind of like equivalate it to. It's kind of like a junior high mentality. You can join our group, but we're going to dump on you for 2 years first.
Nice.
Yeah, what's the deal? So, Coach, and I don't want to harp on how dumb the NCAA is, but it's hard not to. Like, did you know when you were coming here that, like, this existed? This is
unreal.
Let me tell you, I knew this existed because I came from Elon. I was there 2 years, right? Took over a program, turned it around. Hold up.
Turn it around. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
We were.
I love you.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, my first year at Elon, they were like 5-50 when I went there. We played JMU for the conference championship, and I looked at JMU's team. I'm like, holy cow. The next year, well, we're 54-3 at home the last 7 years.
Pretty good.
I like to remind the team one of those losses was to my Elon team.
Home field advantage is a real deal here at JMU. And I'm going to let you know this. I think whatever the NCAA is taking into account everything, the 85 scholarships, the transition in there, you guys scheduled FBS schools your first year in there. Don't you think like D1 environment should count as one of the like requirements on whether or not you should be treated the same as everybody else? This has been the best environment that we've experienced.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We've been
every Power 5 school.
We've been in the Pac-12. We've been in the SEC. We're in the Big Ten.
Right.
We're in all these. This is the best environment that we've had. I feel like that should be something. And are you guys pitching that when you're talking to the NCAA? Is that a part of the conversation or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed that somebody didn't take the bull by the horns. And when you say there's 4 committees that had to vote on this in less than a week, I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. I hope this weekend will maybe do a little bit more nudging for a right decision to be made. But the NCAA has proven time and time again that there are 0 brains in that building. Hopefully, they will find some in this particular situation because the Sun Belt has already said, right? If the NCAA says good, you guys are good, right? Hasn't the conference already said that?
True.
Yeah, they have, right?
Yes.
Sun Belt said it's not on us, it's on NCAA. If the NCAA says yes, Sun Belt says you guys are good to go.
You detect a trend here? Everybody's passing the buck.
Yeah, everybody's doing that. AJ has a question for you, Coach.
Coach, for you as a coach, and you're talking about being a leader, obviously I feel like you have a complete control of what's going on here at this university and your football program, but is it nice in some sense that you guys all obviously have a common goal that you're going towards, but now you guys kind of have a common enemy as well to where this is where we set our sights, and that's not what drives you, but at least it has something that this is energy, one way or the other, whether it's negative towards somebody or what. Is it nice almost that you have something that you guys are all fighting for together?
Well, you know what? Last year we had a big chip on our shoulder because we knew we couldn't go anywhere, right? This year we really didn't. Our goal was to win them all, and I thought common sense would prevail. But now, you know, we have developed this chip on our shoulder here in the last 48 hours, and it needs to grow by Saturday because we got a tough game coming up. Let me tell you, App State, they're good and they're playing good.
Yeah, but they're running into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I think that has always been something the football gods have rewarded people that have gotten screwed. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned when you were looking around, you know, before you took this job, that JMU was one of those places where it's like, hey, they have a chance to win a national championship every year. But we talked to Pete Thamel, and you know, he's been covering college football for a really long time, and he basically said, like, hey, no one's done what they've done transitioning to the move up. When you did take the job, was that the expectation? Like, hey, we're going to hit the ground running, and obviously, you know, you have to, you know, do the 2-year deal or whatever, but did you expect to be this good right away when you came in, moving up to, you know, a bigger division?
Truthfully, you know, nothing that the JMU football program accomplishes surprises me because we have such a great championship culture. Our guys are used to overcoming adversity, obstacles, and being cool when the chips are down. Nothing we do surprises me.
How do you find the guys, right, to build your culture as quickly as you did? It's not easy, especially whenever everybody else is looking for the same exact type. What type of player are you looking for, and why have you been so successful finding your locker room?
Well, I think there was tradition here before I took the job. When you look from 2016 on, JMU's won big, right? But, you know, so there's a culture of winning. But the head coach then becomes responsible for creating the identity and the culture. And basically, what do we look for? I mean, you got to have good players, right? But there's a lot of good players out there, and you got to develop them. Character's big. I'm big on character. I'm old-fashioned. I'll look at the transcript, see how many absences a guy has, stuff like that. You know, I'm a little bit old school in that regard.
Yeah.
And then kids assimilate into our program quickly because we have such a great culture. 500
yards against UConn.
Ooh.
McCodd's a guy.
Wow.
I mean, defense, obviously, you're wreaking havoc. On the offensive side, you're phenomenal. I mean, it feels like you guys are a buzzsaw on both sides. Is that the plan? Obviously, that's the plan.
Well, that's the ideal plan. And we played better on offense the last 2 weeks. We still got to start better as a team and play 4 quarters. I don't think we've played a 4-quarter game yet. So the goal is start faster, still finish, and play really well in between. But our defense has been phenomenal all year long.
Yeah, keep you in everything. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you're one of the best coaches in college football. And anytime there's even a little success for coaches in college football, right away it's, hey, this guy, is getting offered by Oregon or Texas A&M right now is what everyone's asking about. Are you going to get buried in the JMU field? Because it feels like this is the greatest environment in college football, and there's no point to ever leave such a great place like James Madison.
I mean, why would you ever leave a good thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I ask our players to stay focused on what's important, their preparation, which leads to positive performance. I got to do the same thing during the season, right? And I know, look, I'm 62 years old. Now, I plan on coaching until I'm about 75, all right?
Yep.
You look good.
But I know the grass ain't always greener.
Hey,
amen.
62 years old? You got lotion. You got good. Hey, hair looks good.
Oh, 51.
Yeah,
Italian
you look
skin.
young. Yeah, you got that little pies on. Okay. You should take this in. Do you guys love the NCAA? You're from Pittsburgh, right? What high school did you go to in Pittsburgh?
I was born in Western PA. My dad was coaching at Pitt at the time. We lived in a small town called West Leechburg.
Oh.
Had cousins in Plum when we moved to West Virginia. I told you about this. They had a pool, Holiday Park, where you live.
I'm from Holiday Park. He's from Holiday Park. It's good
My
water.
brother Frank and I went back there about 4 summers for a week, swam in the pool, and then they moved. So, and then went to West Virginia, as did you.
So you were quarterback, obviously at West Virginia. Your dad was football coach. You were ball coach. You knew just forever you were going to be in the football world. You're going to be a football coach?
Yeah, man. We went to West Virginia in 1970 under Bobby Bowden. He took over for Jim Carlin. And I was on the sideline locker room for every game, and at halftime, I knew in 1970 when I was in 3rd grade I was going to coach.
You didn't know this was going to happen, though, I don't think. And if you did, what a dream come true. You got signs all over the place saying this Pittsburgh boy, this West Virginia boy is loved here in the hills of Virginia.
I will tell you a quick story. My dad passed last fall. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He was a great man. But early in my career, I was probably 24, 25 years old. He said, you keep your eye on that James Madison job. That job's got potential.
Okay. Rest in peace.
What a call.
Coach Cignetti and Kurt, we can't thank you enough for the hospitality. We can't thank you enough for joining us. And we can't thank you enough for putting together a football team that is worthy of everything, even though the NCAA says the answer is no. You're the man, Paisan. You need to know that.
Appreciate the opportunity to be on. Go Dukes!
That a baby.
Weapon.
Man.
What a beast.
Yeah.
How about him as soon as he gets here?
Yeah, give me that mic.
Yeah.
Give me that mic.
You hear that one?
What is it?
Big something.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he's wearing sweats.
Yeah.
You can
He's
tell.
got a bruised inside of his knee because of what you guys were talking about. That thing seems to be swinging. He came in and said, listen, to hell with the NCAA.
Yeah.
I love that.
Screw 'em.
That's awesome.
Normally, coaches would try to take the high road or would feel obligated to take the high road.
yeah.
He came out and said, we're getting screwed. We've deserved it. We've earned it. These people have earned it. And I think that is the reason why all his players love him.
Yep.
I think that's why he has such a good win record. And I think that's why that guy is going to continue to have success for the next, or success and sex.
And sex.
And
People,
sex.
we know.
Yeah.
For the next 13 years. He said he's coaching until he's 75. He's 62 right now, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. Like you said, like no coach is coming up and saying that, but I think part of it is like they have taken the high road. Like they've done everything that was asked of them. They played a D1 schedule, right away when they came. Like they've tried to take the high road in every way they could in order to kind of expedite this thing. And when the NCAA says, nah, it doesn't matter, then he's like, all right, well, now I'll go sully myself, down where I need to.
How about him saying, do we like the NCAA?
Yeah.
That was the first thing he said.
It's like playing.
Incredible.
So good.
Hey, thank you for the pop of the second question. That we do. All right, let's move along here. Great tank top, too, he showed up with. I can't thank
Good
him.
material.
It was good. I'm pretty jocked. I mean,
Hey, real quick. Michigan State needs to hire that guy now. Sorry about it, James Madison. Michigan State needs that guy.
This guy stinks.
Foxy sucks.
Foxy sucks. Foxy sucks. Foxy sucks.
wow, it's a different F word.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's all getting muted, so we got some fuck. We got to slip them in there because that's all getting muted. Foxy, you're a terrible person trying to ruin a great weekend like that. What will Michigan State do? Ruin Kurt Cignetti?
No. We'll pay him more. We'll get better recruits. No offense, James Madison. No offense. But we need him in the Big Ten.
I didn't see heel Foxy coming out today.
Just real quick, too, can we go back to that truck? Big shout out to the ESPN people. Look at our logo on the truck.
That was awesome.
FTB there. Got the boys set up. ESPN, thank you. They're talking to you, Foxy, you bitch ass.
Yep.
It's coming.
All right. Speaking of hiring new people, an ESPN employee said, you know what? Cleveland Browns need to sign me to play quarterback for their football team.
That's right.
RG3 on the Ones podcast that he launched this year, which has had a fantastic lineup of guests, went on a rant pretty much saying the Cleveland Browns need to sign me because I could still run a 4.340 and I can win a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah.
Here's RG3 talking about maybe getting back into the NFL with the dog pound in Cleveland.
The Browns should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. Okay. 1, at 33 years old, I understand the game better than I ever have in my entire career. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue in my 8 years in the NFL. But I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm ready to showcase that I can get it done. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson went 14 for 14 in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, and he used his legs to go out and scramble and extend plays. Of those 14 passes, there weren't really any of them that you would say were $230 million worthy passes. All they needed him to do was manage the game because of them dogs they got over there on defense, starting with Myles Garrett. Well, guess what? I didn't do that. I can go out there and manage a game for the Cleveland Browns and help them go on the Super Bowl run that they want to go on. But here's the second thing. I still run a 4.340, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards. I train every week like an NFL football player so I could be ready for moments just like this. So they need to hit my line. And the third thing is, for me, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be their guy and they don't bring me in to be the starter, then they should bring me in to be the backup so I can help him in the same ways that I helped Lamar Jackson. I learned 6 offenses in 8 years in the NFL. Nobody wants to talk about it, but learning a new offense has never been a problem for me. And I can help DTR with his decision-making, when to make certain plays, and truly to understand what he has to do as a quarterback with a defense like that on the other side of the football.
All right, way to go, RG3. I love that moxie.
Hell yeah.
I love that moxie. Now, these fans were saying something about the previous owner of the Washington football team. Before, it rhymes with truck and luck, and then the man's name, Dan Snyder. And I assume a lot of people blame him for RG3's career. We started looking up the stats and everything like that. I'm not sure RG3 has been that prolific on an NFL football field in about a decade or so. Sure. But I will say, I love the fact that he has the confidence to say, drop me back in there. I like that he's saying, I could throw a ball 80 yards. 80 yards is so far. That's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type thing. Yeah. I also like he's saying, I'm running a 4.340. How the hell does he know that? I love it. I saw him race against a Seahawk or an Eagle or something like that. He beat it. With that being said, I don't know if it's necessarily the right move to come out and say, I'm the guy that they need to sign on your show while you're kind of doing your thing. If other people want to talk about it, for instance, when I retired, I'm not going to, this is not a humble brag or things like that, but 5 teams reached out to me at different times over the first 3 years of my retirement. Hey, any chance you want to stop talking into microphones and maybe come kick a ball for us? And the answer was, let me go see what I can do, and the knee gets blown out. him coming out and saying it makes him look like a douche. I think a lot of people are saying that.
Bit.
Makes him look like, but I think his intent is right, AJ. I think he's saying, hey, that's a situation where if I was allowed to go in there, it would be good. But a lot of people are saying this is lacks self-awareness, this lacks any type of couth, and they're saying he looks dumb. Is that how you feel, AJ, or do you appreciate what RG3 is doing here?
I can respect his confidence and what it would take to put that video out. The thing that hangs me up every time, 4.340, which absolutely flying. If he is running 40, but throwing the ball
at
80
the age
yards
of 33,
as well. When you're
yeah.
saying you're throwing the ball 80 yards when you haven't played in how many years? I'm sure he's still slinging it. He can still throw the ball, but to throw the ball 80 yards, I mean, come on now. I mean, yeah, if you don't mind putting it out there, you get some traffic to your podcast, and I'm sure he does he believes he can play.
That wasn't
he should
the
be
intention.
trying. I'm not saying that was the intention, but that's a nice byproduct, isn't it?
It's not bad. Go
I think people's problem might have been like
your mic's off.
Yeah,
my mic's off.
There you go.
I think people's problem might have been just how matter of fact it was. If I go to the Browns, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like, that's saying a lot about yourself and potentially like why didn't you go to the Jets because they got a good defense too. How much are the Bengals going to pay him? Like $75 million now to go win the Super Bowl?
But what's it going to do though? Is this going to put pressure on the Browns fan base? The Browns fan base going to put pressure on the front office and say, "Hey, you better sign this guy." Is that what you're trying to
You
get?
think so? You think Browns fans are clamoring for RG3
Was that the
to sign
You tell
today?
us, Ty.
No, I don't think that's the case. But, I mean, hey, crazier things have happened. That's true. Also, I did love how after this came out and everyone was saying, like, hey, RG3, easy. You know, you look like a moron doing this. He doubled down with the, that meme of the guy looking back, and it was, win a Super Bowl with the Browns, and then behind him, TV booth. So I do like. I mean, he's got options. Why not?
Does he have? I don't know if he has options.
I'm saying TV.
In TV, he has options.
TV.
He's on Monday Night Countdown. He's into both. He's doing a great job. And he's basically like, I'll go be backup for the Browns. It's like, RG3, you're just hitting your stride.
Yeah.
The funny puns are coming in bunches right now for you on a microphone.
Love you in the booth.
He said, I'll go be a backup if that's what you need. But I think ultimately he sees the same thing we all see. This Browns team has an opportunity.
Yeah, the Browns team, it's a good opportunity, no doubt about it. And Tony brought up the Jets. I want Robert Griffin in New England. I understand if he wants to come back and play football, he should have his pick of the litter. And if he wants to compete for a Super Bowl, absolutely. But my last memory of RG3 on a football field was him covering his over rush yard total in a parlay when the Baltimore Ravens played, I believe, on a Wednesday afternoon football. WAF, and it was electric. Now, 4.3, that would be the fastest 40 time in the history of the combine for quarterbacks because Anthony Richardson said it this year with a 4.44. I need him to go save Bill Belichick so that Bill stays the coach in New England and the Patriots can kind of move forward with RG3.
That unflappable confidence from RG3 is the reason why there's a statue at Baylor.
Bingo.
Reason why he's a Heisman winner.
Right.
Why he's so incredible on TV.
Right.
But boy, as soon as I saw that video, I thought to myself, people aren't going to like this. And they certainly didn't. But who cares, RG3? Talk your shit.
Yeah, amen.
Talk your shit. We don't know if any of it's real. I can still kick a ball 75 yards, too. Now, with the Browns update, because they're racist, they are working out Joe Flacco.
That's right. That's right.
Kind of like,
Whoa.
What's that?
the complex stance on things that James Madison had.
Now, Joe Flacco getting an opportunity to work out there is certainly going to be a conversation starter when RG3's thrown his name into the list and others. But remember, quick feet Flacco?
Footsteps.
Footsteps Flacco. He can make the right decision. He's not going to be able to move much. He can actually throw it 70, 80 yards probably
bingo.
still.
Yeah.
And he was just playing last year, I think, with the New York Jets as opposed to a couple years off. I don't know what the Browns are going to do, but that is an unfortunate situation with what happened with Deshaun Watson this late into the year when he was playing his best ball.
Well, Joe Flacco makes sense to the Cleveland Browns, don't you think? Like,
yes.
You absolutely need a game manager, hand the ball off. Obviously, can get some big third downs. Joe can set it deep when you need to, and their defense is awesome.
Did the Browns spend all of their money in Deshaun that they can't afford better than 34F for Joe Flacco?
Jeez.
Hey,
What do you mean?
that he chooses to.
He's
Yeah, he did.
frugal.
The man of the people.
Exit row.
Guy made $100 million in one playoffs.
Danucci.
Danucci.
Ben Danucci.
Danucci.
Hey, there's a legend.
Love Danucci.
Get Danucci out there. He can spin it. Everybody that plays quarterback is want to get to the Browns team because of where they are. And to RG3's point that did get lost in there, like Deshaun Watson played one good half of football this year. With he played the best football he played the last half that he played after breaking his shoulder. With that defense, with that offensive line, with the special teams they have, all you got to do is manage the game and get through it. Now, is RG3 the right answer? Andrew Berry's going to have to decide that.
That's right.
Is Joe Flacco the right answer? Andrew Berry's going to have to figure that out. Or is DTR with an entire week of preparation going to be able to handle it? We shall see.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because P.J. Walker and the Browns, when he started against the Colts, he scored 39 points.
Bingo.
I'm not – obviously the defense had one touchdown, but if you're scoring 32 points, wouldn't you be okay with putting P.J. Walker in the football game?
You would think that is the case.
Yeah.
It's hard to not just say, like, JMU. That's pretty gangster.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Hey, normally we save this for the end of the show, but with how great this crowd has been, we have to do a couple $1,000 basketball shots.
I think so.
You shooting? I'll huck a couple.
This feels right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, to end hour one here. PFT Commenter joining us in the next hour. He will be the celebrity guest picker tomorrow on College Game Day.
Yeah.
When that got announced on the College Game Day X Twitter account, a lot of people thought it was maybe Barry McCockman.
Yeah,
sure. A lot of people didn't think it was real. Well, I'm going to say it's very real. And when PFT is here tomorrow, he's going to be incredibly proud.
Oh, yeah.
Of what this school has done. Florio's like, yeah. All right, AJ, will you pick one of these signs to potentially win $1,000?
Some guy said, Pat is my dad, right there.
Where?
Boom, pink sign.
Front row.
I am not your father, but I do appreciate the fact that you might win $1,000.
Drain it.
Rangefinder.
Stefon Diggs, please pick another sign as we try to find a JMU dude.
The one that says Axel Hawk gives Freddy Krueger nightmares.
Okay, Axel Hawk gives off Freddy Krueger nightmares. Cuzzy right there. For $1,000. Little breezy.
Yep.
Let's take into account here we're on the quad.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
And Wilson Hall is right down there.
That's right.
And it's blocking a little bit of the wind, but the football guards are really in here.
They are.
Tosh Schmidt, which sign?
Let me do the air quality here is better than AJ's attic.
Okay, air quality here.
Yep.
Ooh. Last one here, Con Man.
The gentleman just put it down. There it is. Fix that sign. Yeah. Can't smoke our cig for Coach Sig.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Can't smoke our cig.
Need it.
$1,000 here in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Chucking them?
That's hilarious.
Wow.
What a shit show this is.
Unbelievable.
Absolute chaos. That was a big time shot.
That was huge.
Last one, too.
Played the win.
Kidding me?
Big Gus coming in.
For Coach Sig.
Love that. What a weekend here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. I believe the man that just won the $1,000. We do have the camera. Congrats to you, pal. Can't smoke our cig. I've learned that marijuana is legal here.
Awesome
in
news.
Virginia.
Pungent smell earlier. We thought it drifted it.
Yeah, that obviously ups it a few in my book.
Yeah, and the smell might have been from Pete, too, because it was right when he was walking off the
could have
stage.
been.
Yeah. The cops that we talked to before we got over here said, "You're allowed to smoke weed here, but under 4 ounces." I was like, "All right, I'm only here for 24 hours,
Yeah,
so
try.
Yeah,
I
he
think
made a
we're-
mistake on that. He was like, wait, I'm in grams.
Yeah, I don't, 4 ounces is what he said to me. I heard it loud and clear, and I'm going to live with it. Stanford Steve has made his way over here to experience, obviously, the vibes. He looks awesome with his flat bill, doing his thing. We are incredibly lucky to be here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. In tomorrow's game, App State traveling to town as a 9-point dog. Stefon Diggs, with the way this offense is rolling for James Madison, we assume this is going to be an absolute ass beating for the Dukes over the Mountaineers. But that's not what the App State team's thinking at all.
No, the offense is rolling for JMU, and App State kind of goes as the ground game goes, and the ground game does not go against JMU. And it's not the App State that it has been in the past couple years. So honestly, I'm not just saying it because we're here. I think JMU will.
Let's keep talking about college football. Oregon State, Washington.
Yep.
All right.
The App State one again.
Yeah.
Shouldn't talk about that game. Can't really hear anything once we talk about that game for a little bit on air. Big game in Corvallis. People are saying game day should have been in Corvallis, Oregon.
Yeah. Those people were wrong.
People are saying 11 versus 5 over in Oregon State. The Beavs hosting the Washington Huskies. That's going to be a good one. College football playoff implications on the line, Tone.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where a 2-loss team going against an undefeated team. The 2-loss team at home is a favorite, against a Washington team that has been a wagon. They haven't had one hiccup at all. They've looked really good. DJU in big games. How does he play? I know how Penix plays. You know how Penix plays. But that one's going to be very, very interesting.
Do you think Oregon...
Ooh. There it is.
Oregon State, Washington, great game. Got a couple big rivalry games this weekend, too, across the college football landscape. I don't know if any atmosphere in the history of college football, they're trying to break the attendance record for college game day tomorrow, Stefon Diggs.
I think they might, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know how you guys keep track of attendance, but this is our attendance record by far, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Come on. I don't play a lot of tip 21 around here, it looks like.
Not a lot of teamwork going on out there.
Yeah, one guy's trying to stuff everybody.
Oh, no! These kids suck.
Uh-oh.
You got 1 minute to get this in. Oh, no! Oh, no!
Come on.
Oh, no!
Just jam it in there.
Oh!
What?
Decline. They're finding it.
Go on. Go on, son.
no!
Go on, son.
Oh!
Go on.
Oh!
Pick him up. Pick him
Someone
up.
pick him up!
Pick him up. Pick him up.
Pick him up!
There's only 40 seconds.
Oh!
Pick him up.
An embarrassment!
No.
Hurry up. There's
Oh,
only
no!
30 left.
You got to get him up higher.
God. Lift him up. These kids don't drink milk here. Come on.
Oh, no.
We got 10 seconds.
These guys stink.
Hour one ends with an absolute disappointment from his fans. The energy shall continue to build. PFT We'll see you in the next hour. Cheers. There is a crowd of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There's thousands thousands and thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time. Okay? Can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
You're welcome.
We talk about Mana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And we talk about Mana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I could have inline buried its guts, sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me menu Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Mwah. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup. Sorry, Mike.
And here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you, love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. Ah! The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Harrisonburg, Virginia. The beautiful campus of JMU on this Feel Good Friday, November 17, 2023. Hour 2 starts now. Football! It's happening here in a massive way as the App State Mountaineers will travel into this glorious town in the hills of Virginia to take on the JMU Dukes and this fan base who has showed up in a massive way on the quad in front of Wilson Hall. I'm not alone, obviously. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Stefon Diggs is here. And Ohio State legend, Super Bowl champion, COVID survivor, father of 10, president of Ohio. AJ Hawk is here. Now, obviously, we spent a lot of time chit-chatting about App State taking on the James Madison Dukes tomorrow, where the Dukes are 9-point favorites, and we don't know if there's enough points on the scoreboard to accurately quantify how much mana this JMU team has with what the NCAA did to them just 2 days ago. 4 committees ruled against them being able to be bowl eligible in their second-year transition from FCS to FBS. It's absolute BS what's happening. We all...
They think so too.
Yeah.
And it's not just the dudes and ladies that are currently in school here. There is a crew of alums standing over here who I assume had no idea what we are, but they've been chanting bullshit alongside all these youngs here. It feels like the entire JMU school, alumni, city, town, Virginia is all rallied around this, and that's tough to come in and get a big-time win. Speaking of big-time win, last night the Baltimore Ravens get a win over the Cincinnati Bengals on prime Thursday Night Football with Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. What did we learn last night, A.J. Hawk, about the AFC North? And are you rolling with the Ravens to win the entire damn thing?
It's pretty hard right now for me to pick against the Ravens. Now, I want to see what Odell, what is his injury like? He looks like it's not going to be too long, correct?
Yeah, end of the game, or later in the game last night, Odell Beckham Jr., who still has immense speed.
He's flying.
He got hit by Logan Wilson. I believe we have the clip.
Logan Wilson took pretty much the whole team out.
This is the fourth quarter, 7 minutes, 45 seconds left, 27-13. Odell Beckham Jr. makes a clean catch with a perfect throw from Lamar. He's dancing, he's scooting out of nowhere. Logan Wilson comes flying in like a wrecking ball. And Odell Beckham Jr. ends up on the injury report. We think he's going to be fine. But whenever you look at this Ravens team, they're explosive, they're powerful. Lamar's playing his best ball. And what they did to that Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals team, not their fault that Joe Burrow got hurt, but they were dominant. The score was actually much worse than what it was in the actual end of the game.
Yeah, it was a 34-13 win. The Bengals marched down and got one late. I'm pretty worried about no Mark Andrews because he is kind of their bell cow on offense. Also, we've forgotten a little, and this happens during bye weeks. The Chiefs haven't played in a little bit here, and they haven't looked great, but they've taken care of business across the board. Philly on Monday night's going to be incredible, but definitely Ravens in that top three in the AFC. They're kind of in that upper echelon as well.
Stefon Diggs, you're a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers with offensive coordinator Matt Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, Pat.
Did you see anything last night that made you believe the Steelers would be able to compete with them in the end whenever it matters?
The only reason I'm going to say yes is because the Steelers always play the Ravens tight. There's a sign out here that says fire Canada ... maybe. I think that I'm kind of at that point right now. He's earned himself, a little bit since he's come on the field, and he's Matthew America. But my worry is, Steelers play the Ravens well, but nobody else really plays the Ravens well. Like they dominate a lot of teams because Lamar Jackson is just hard to prepare for. With Joe Burrow's injury, I do think that it's either going to be the Ravens or the Steelers that win the North this year, Pat.
Yeah. This sign is certainly something whenever you talk about the AFC North. It says, fire Matt Canada, hire Matt America.
Like that.
Yep.
USA.
USA. USA.
And that's what he's become whenever he's gone down to the sideline. That AFC North is the kitchen. It's hot in the kitchen, especially if you look what happened in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson being out, now Joe Burrow being out for however long this is going to be. Everything's upside down now with Matt America in the Baltimore Ravens.
I mean, I have a hard time picking against the Ravens if you're thinking AFC North. You think your Steelers are going to have a chance?
No, I think the Ravens win the division. I really do.
I don't know what the Steelers are, Pat. What do you think the Steelers
they now
are?
have the
What do you think
Browns.
about it? Can they make a run in the playoffs?
I'm not saying
they can win
Ken
games.
Hayward said he was going to beat me up.
I know they can win games,
they
which
will.
I am so impressed by everything they do. I just wonder if there's a moment where their offense all of a sudden will click and they start hitting some big chunk plays, some explosives in the playoffs.
Maybe
Is that a
they'll throw it in the
possibility?
middle.
Because if they can, they can beat a lot of football teams with that defense.
I mean, granted, they're not going to be playing against the Packers' run defense every single week, but if they can rush the way they did against the Packers, I mean, and with Warren kind of coming on and looking as good as he had, and them having kind of that two-headed attack, like if they can run the ball, they're going to be able to stay in basically every game they play in.
Let's stick with the story of Michigan. They got rid of Chris Partridge, who was a defensive assistant this morning. He was fired, and everybody just assumed it's because he was a part of...
Yeah, so he was very close with Connor Stallion.
That's
allegedly.
what you would assume. We have no idea. There's now been a statement from the University of Michigan. From the outset, our focus has been on seeking due process and allowing the NCAA to conduct a fair and deliberate investigation. Although the Big Ten has closed its investigation, we are continuing to cooperate with the NCAA as it moves forward with its ongoing investigation. Consistent with our commitment to integrity, we will continue to take the appropriate actions, including disciplinary measures based on information we obtain. Earlier today, Michigan Athletics relieved Chris Partridge of his duties as a member of the Michigan football staff due to employee privacy laws. We are unable to comment further. Just a few days ago, Michigan was like, to hell with Petiti. This son of a bitch is out to get us. We hate the Big Ten. This is all fugazi. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we didn't know that was happening. We didn't know that was happening. And they said, we'll take the 3-game suspension, and also we'll get rid of this guy who is seemingly implicated in it all. What does that mean to you, Ty?
Well, you assume that because what Pete said, that he was unwilling to cooperate. Like, if your head coach, if Jim Harbaugh is sitting up there and, like, he's willing to kind of eat all the bullets and cooperate with them. I mean, obviously it's a little different because he's the head coach, but that kind of just screams like, oh yeah, this guy's guilty. He knows something was going on. If he just right from the outset is like, nope, I have nothing to say to you guys. I'm kind of trying to cover my own ass here. Like, it makes sense that it'd be like, okay, well, you knew something was going on. See ya.
And they talked about the NCAA's investigation. We, us, and the people at JMU know that the NCAA is fair, honest, very intelligent,
transparent,
thorough, diligent, smart.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy though that all of us believe that the NCAA is dumb?
Yeah.
Is there one person?
Yeah, but when I was like, okay, I guess as a kid I never thought of what the NCAA was, but I just assumed they were legit and they were very good at their job. I guess as a young, naive kid.
So, like, for instance, whenever we were talking about going to James Madison for College Game Day, and this has been on the radar for a few weeks, like, hey, got to get down there, show some love to what Kurt Cignetti and that entire team is building. Obviously, whenever Game Day was here a few years back, it was fantastic. The crowd was absurd, just like we're assuming it's going to be tomorrow morning. I started asking questions like, hey, I have no faith in the NCAA, but I'm just tank top stooge, okay? I don't know anything.
Sure.
Is there any chance these people make the right decision for JMU before we get our game day there? And they said, probably not. I said, well, why is it just understood that they're gonna make the wrong decision all the time by everybody? I say today, we take a stand against the NCAA. You're an embarrassment, okay? You're an embarrassment. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Boom, there it is, yeah.
Get loose, there you go. Couple jabs. There it is, duck.
From taking Reggie's Heisman to ruining people's lives all over little minuscule things, to getting mad about hamburgers and cheeseburgers, to majoring in the minors and being dumb all the way through. Today's the day we all say, NCAA, we're tired of your stupid shit. You know?
It's about time.
Like, this isn't the SEC that is going to get to a point that they're probably not even going to need the NCAA, let alone the Big Ten, and who knows what's going to happen with the Pac-2 and potentially the Mountain West. This is the Sun Belt Conference. This is supposed to be who the NCAA is looking out for. This is supposed to be who they're supposed to be helping. And all you hear all these people say is, you're the most corrupt organization that is somehow in power of futures, happiness, college experiences, and inevitably millions and millions of dollars. Get them the hell out of this whole thing. And maybe the Tez Walker situation, Kurt Cignetti talked about it. That was so dumb. That was from the very beginning of the season. This kid who goes to a school, doesn't even get to step foot on campus or play any football because it was the COVID year. Then he goes to Kent State. The head coach of Kent State decides to leave to go be an offensive coordinator somewhere else. So he transfers closer to home in North Carolina, where he has a sick family member, where his thing is, and they're like, nope, you can't do that. They punish this kid for no reason at all. And they're doing the same exact thing here. There is no upside for the NCAA. I have not learned of one thing that the NCAA has done where you go, yeah, that's good decision.
Good call.
That is it. They're power-hungry, greedy dumbasses who've been somehow put into a position of power that they do not deserve.
Well, I think you nailed it. You hit it on the head yesterday, too, when you were talking. Like, they grandstand on trying to protect and look out for, like, the student human athletes. And like in a situation like this, and Tez Walker, obviously, like granted, it is hurting the university if they can't go play in a New Year's Six bowl because all that money's not coming in. But this is just, all it's hurting are the kids on the football team who are undefeated right now and have like this opportunity to kind of remember this for the rest of their lives, and now that option's not there anymore. In the offseason, are these JMU Duke football players sweating, puking, and working their ass off to be the best football team they could be, AJ?
Absolutely.
In the summer, when it's 110 in these beautiful hills of Virginia, are they running sprints on that field, trying to become the best football team of all time?
100%.
When they're going to school, are they trying their best to stay eligible and be as smart as possible so they can represent JMU on the football team?
Yes.
Are they cheating? Are they videotaping other teams trying to get signs?
No, absolutely not. No.
Have they murdered anybody?
I don't think so.
Have they stolen from anybody?
Probably not. Yeah, well,
let them bowl.
Yeah. Amen.
Let them bowl.
Amen. Let the boys bowl.
Does the NCAA have to come up with an explanation of why they made their decision to keep them out? I would like to know.
This is exactly, and the NCAA is in the same city that we live.
Yep.
In the NCAA, whenever we were just a lowly YouTube show,
Oh, yeah.
they would have to hear the things, that I potentially said about them. I've hated this organization since 2005. When I first got introduced to them, I don't do well with authority to begin with, let alone ones that are inept at all stops.
Yeah.
They were hoping to God that little YouTube show did not get a bigger platform.
No.
And I'm okay being the one who utilizes ESPN's airtime to say that the NCAA is archaic, stupid, and needs a full rebuild. I will do that forever. You got a really nice building there in Indianapolis that you probably stolen off the backs of most of these student human athletes that you build.
Yep.
You're people that have no reason to have any say in anything because you've accomplished absolutely nothing. You take Heismans, you ruin dreams. In this city, these people don't deserve to be on the receiving end of your stupidity. Take a lap, take a hike. All of you should retire. We can't wait until the next generation of people are running the NCAA.
Hell yeah.
It's real.
Also, is the College Football Committee tied to the NCAA at all? Like, can they just say, who cares about the NCAA, and be like, this school deserves a New Year's Eve Six Bowl?
So it's interesting you say that, because the Sun Belt Conference has come out and said that we are completely okay with JMU playing for our championship, but it's the NCAA's rule.
Oh, they want.
Okay.
Okay. Love that.
Georgia's there too.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Easy.
I don't know if Kurt Cignetti is necessarily screaming that from the rooftops.
A reunion with Nick.
But don't you think these guys in this school who have committed so much to football deserve a little bit of a payoff at the end of the year?
Yes.
For the good of the student human athletes.
We talked about it yesterday. It just seemed like this was a situation where, you can put everything in the past aside, and like they had a chance to make it right. Like, they barely ever get it right. This seemed like a pretty easy way to, like, hey, we can make this right, and we can go babyface here and maybe get a little goodwill moving forward. But obviously that was a pipe dream and probably stupid to think that they would think that way.
I was asking those questions to, like, Reese and Herbie and Pete and everybody, and they're all everybody's on the same page.
Yes.
Even if you were to ask App State,
Yeah.
App State would say, let them go.
Yeah.
If you were to ask anybody else in the Sun Belt, they say, let them play. It's just like the Tez Walker situation. Nobody is happy with the ruling, so it makes no sense that you would stand by it, double down on it, triple down on it like they have, other than the fact that you just want people to know that you have the authority in the situation. And congratulations to you dumbasses for having it.
Well, and like Coach said, the big dog stepped in the Tez Walker situation and eventually made it right, and he thought he would do the same. And because of the Tez Walker, because they stepped in and he is now on the field and playing, I thought they would make the right decision, but that just didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, after Mark Emmert left, you would think like maybe there's a chance the new guy, but all this talk, and you mentioned that the NCAA building is in Indianapolis, and it is. I feel like because of how great JMU is, I take it upon myself when we get back to Indy to go to the headquarters and take a huge shit right on the patio. Leading up to the NCAA. Someone's got to do it. I'll be the one.
There's a lot of people dumping on streets in Indianapolis.
Bingo. I can add one more. What's the deal?
There's a picture of me from my 3rd or 4th year with the Indianapolis Colts that has been on.
Great hair. Huh?
Yeah, that's a good dude.
Yeah, I had long hair.
Eat it back.
In the middle of my hair growth, there was a little bit of a dust-up on October 20th, 2010, where I potentially ran into law enforcement at 4 a.m.
Sure.
I was trying to walk home. They were not trying to get me there. They were taking me to jail. But my hair is about this long. Everybody told me, you should shave that thing off for your court date. They're going to think that you are a degenerate. And I said, no. Read me my rights. I'm going to grow this hair out. Donate it for Locks of Love.
There it is.
Made it a little better.
You're back.
But I was about 270 in that photo, too. Big, fat-ass, long hair. Could bomb a ball, though. Could bomb a ball.
Good for 270.
Thank you.
Jeez.
They've already set up the field goal for the kicking competition tomorrow on College Game Day. That one will be for $90,000.
Whoa.
What you need to know before this, it's quite a little bit of an incline.
Yeah, going to need a big leg.
It's a little bit of an so it's normally a 33-yard field goal. I think with science, this will become about a 40-yarder.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see if anybody here at JMU can make it, bury it, and hopefully $90,000 will go to somebody who can celebrate something, since the NCAA says you ain't allowed to celebrate nothing. Let's pivot away from the NCAA being stupid, and although I do love a nice chance to grandstand when you're 100% right and the other team is 100% wrong.
Awesome.
This has been a lot of fun to do. Stefon Diggs came out and started speaking about his thoughts of being a Buffalo.
Whoa. Easy. There's that guy right there in the Steelers jersey. Good Lord.
Anyways, Stefon Diggs' brother was obviously tweeting and pretty active about the happenings around Buffalo. Stefon Diggs obviously had to answer for that. Here's what he had to say about how he feels as a Buffalo Bill.
I'm not responsible for how other people feel. Anybody in this room, for this matter. A reporter, a player, even my own brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my brother. And the space that my brother's coming from is my family. You know what I'm saying? So you want to know how he feels, you gotta take it up with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting me in a position or me having a conversation with my brother, that's outside. That's in-house family rules. But for me, I can't combat or answer all the questions as to why. You know what I'm saying? With people in the world and, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, Z, like, that's something you're going to have to ask my brother how he feels about it. So
well,
for
he
me,
made it public. I mean, he decided
100%.
to put it on social media instead of shooting you a text about it.
But if it was another fan or anybody else that commented on the game, y'all wouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened to be that it's my brother. But for me, I'm like, all right, you asking me how my brother feels, you know what I'm saying? You got to ask my brother how he feels about it. But for me, more so, I want to put more emphasis on when you put me in a space of answering questions as to how somebody else feels, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the snowball effect of people having comments or, like, I think somebody did an interview about how my brother feels, and that's my family. You know what I'm saying? I go to bat for my family 100%. I can't ask the questions as to why he feels about this, that, and the third in the game. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had that personal conversation with him. My brother's watching football right now. He's not playing too much, so obviously he's coming from more of a fan perspective, but that is my family, so I handle my family with the utmost respect, and I always hope that people treat it that way. So when people speak of my family, have a level of integrity as well, because I feel like if it was another family member or it was somebody else, you know, obviously people kind of handle things however they want, but tread lightly when you're talking about my family. You know what I'm saying?
He had an I love my mother hat on, not an I love my brother hat on. I believe that was right next to it. Knew he was going to have to answer it. As soon as we saw his brother tweet, we knew he was going to have to talk about it. Uncomfortable position for Stefon to be in that locker room. But then there was video from practice, him and Josh Allen loving on each other. Yeah. What do you think about the whole situation happening in Buffalo, AJ?
Yeah, I'm somewhat confused a little bit by that, but you're right. It's put Stefon Diggs in kind of an awkward situation. Whatever his brother might be tweeting about, you never really know. And your family always has your back no matter what. And he's trying to say, hey, have some respect if you're talking about my family. I get it, but I just don't know, because you're right. When you see Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs together, when they're hanging out, talking, whenever, when the cameras are there, everything seems great. Like, they're not the issue, are they? What's the issue?
Well, the thing about it is, and Stefon understands this, like him and his brother are very tight. We've learned about their relationship. We've learned about Aiden Diggs, Stefon Diggs' nephew, and everything like that.
Well, unfortunately.
That's related to the Dan Snyder one.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, sure.
The connection.
Division.
Can't hear any of this on ESPN, but I do appreciate that passion.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I do appreciate that passion. We just assume, though, that Stefon and Trayvon have had conversations before.
Yeah.
So whenever he's popping off, it's like automatically assuming that the Stefon Diggs has the similar thoughts. He's saying, I'm my own man, Connor.
Yeah, and plus Buffalo, a long way away from Dallas. People forget that, too. How does Trayvon know what's going on in the building? The kind of thing I take away from this is, no doubt about it, this Buffalo Bills team is exploding right in front of our eyes. Diggs, I don't know if he's just going to get released or what, but it feels as though he doesn't really want to be there. Now, whether that is
we got a lot of friends on that team.
We got a lot of friends, and I have said multiple times, I want them to win. I bet on them to win the Super Bowl every year just because when I do expect them to, win and they lose, it's awesome for two different reasons. But it comes down to Josh, right? Like if Josh starts taking care of the ball and throwing it to Stefon Diggs, this team's going to roll.
I'm still wondering what's going on behind the scenes. That team looks different. The vibes feel completely different. I'm not saying I've been in a locker room before and I'm pretty good at reading the room.
Sure.
And I'm outside looking in. Feels like the room is in a different spot than it had been before. We hope they get it all figured out. We hope we don't have to have those press conferences for Stefon Diggs. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, as a human who has had the incredible opportunity to meet a lot of people, this person has one of the biggest brains on him than any human on earth. What did he choose to do with that big brain? Oh, well, entertain the world. First, he was a commenter.
Right.
Then he was a blogger.
Right.
Then he became one of the greatest podcast hosts in the history of podcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's celebrity guest picker on game day, JMU alum, co-host of Pardon My Take, legend, PFT Commenter.
It looked amazing out there on the floor. Holy crap. Shout out to everybody that came out today. I'm excited to get back to Harrisonburg, man. This is going to be a great weekend.
Hey, PFT, listen, I couldn't hear a word you just said there, but real quick, these people would like to say hello to you.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm excited to get down there. I hope you stopped by, Pat. I hope you took a look at the impressive statue of James Madison that we have not but a furlong or two away from you at this very moment. Our shortest president, a fellow short king, 5'4", but he has silver tongue. I take after my guy, Jay Matty, and I'm pumped to be back there this week. I can't even wait to get back to the quad.
I know they can't wait for you to get back here. Obviously, they've shown up in a big way for this particular program. Tomorrow, they're expecting to break records that College Game Day has had. When you went to school here, obviously you felt this incredible culture and everything. But now with what the NCAA has done and ruled against this Dukes team, it feels like there's just a different vibe here, but I might be wrong, PFT.
It's us against the world. Us in Michigan, we're America's teams right now. I feel like JMU, people are lining up behind us. Like, everyone will take an easy opportunity to go after the NCAA. Nobody likes the NCAA. And the fact of the matter is that JMU has proven for the last 2 years that we belong. Not only do we belong, but we're one of the best. So I'm glad that the eyes of America are on JMU right now. It's been incredible to see what they've done here. The team is awesome. We're rolling. Man, it honestly does feel surreal to me, because back when I was at James Madison, it was like football was great. Don't get me wrong. We won a national championship there in 2004. People forget about Justin Riscotti and that whole crew. But we've got a pedigree, but now it's like to this whole next level that I could never even imagine.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, PFT, moving to the FBS in the fashion that you did. The authority, Pete Thamel, who has been covering college football for 20 years in his own way, said that this is unprecedented, what a team has been able to do. Kurt Cignetti feels like the perfect guy for the job. This team feels great. NCAA ruining it. And I want to say, you are the perfect guest picker for game day tomorrow. And when it was announced yesterday, there's a lot of people that thought it was McCockner or a fake tweet or whatever. It's over 12 million views. I think it's the most viewed post of any guest picker. And it's because these people love you, and you are an absolute legend, pal. You need to know that.
It might be a lot of people looking at it being like, wait, is this real? Who is this? Like, I'm getting a few of those. But I'm very thankful that ESPN has welcomed me back on the airwaves. I'm going to double my time spent on ESPN in this one show. So I'm very proud to do that. Hopefully I won't get game day canceled. That's my mission. That's going to be tough to do, but I think I can handle that one. Pat, I just want to say, before you start making eyes at Cignetti, you're saying a lot of nice things about Cignetti.
That's right.
And he's a West Virginia boy. And he's got the pedigree. You keep your hands off Kurt Cignetti, Pat. I'm warning you right now. Don't get any ideas. Don't think that he's going to go. Don't you steal him at West Virginia because he's a JMU coach, okay?
I didn't even think about that.
This is a destination job, and you keep your hands off Kurt.
I didn't even think about that, because how perfect it was. He walked out here, PFT, earlier, grabbed the microphone. Okay, he walked out here. First coach to ever do this. Grabs the microphone, turns to the crew, and he goes, "Do we like the NCAA?" Live on the show. And that's how he started. That's literally how he sat down. And he's from Pittsburgh originally, moved to West Virginia. He's a paisano. His dad coached at West Virginia. He was a quarterback at West Virginia. Wow. He's got a little moxie.
You got to back off, Pat. You got to back off, brother. That's our coach.
I didn't even think about it until this exact moment. Maybe Kurt Cignetti does need to come back home to Morgantown, West Virginia.
No, we're going to have words, Pat. We're going to settle this.
Yeah, I don't want to fight you, obviously, because not only are you a short king, you're a short dog as well. But I think this is the place for Kurt Cignetti. I think he's the perfect fit here, the perfect coach for the situation. And I would never want to ruin that. I love beautiful things. This is a beautiful thing. I'm nothing like the NCAA, who's just a bunch of assholes. Stefon Diggs has a question for you, PFT.
Yeah, Mr. Commenter, do you think Ron Rivera knows that he's on the sideline on Sundays, or someone just walks him out here and puts him there, and that's kind of where he stands for the next 3 hours?
Yeah, it's like Weekend at Bernie's. He's got full-blown Jim Caldwell at this point, where he just doesn't move, doesn't blink. He just needs to have like the factory reset button hit on him. Every time he's on TV, I just scream at it like, "Do something, Ron. Say anything." I think he's cashing a check right now. So all the respect in the world to Ron Rivera, but I think he knows seats warming up pretty quick on him.
They're chanting "Fire Ron" right now. There's a lot of fire, everybody coming from this particular crowd, which I respect. I think the world doesn't know how big of a Commanders fan you are, Washington football team fan you are, Washington, fan you are. You actually almost became an Indianapolis Colts season ticket holder when Jim Irsay came out and said, "Yeah, it is time to move on from Dan Snyder." New ownership, Magic Johnson's there. Do you feel good? Do we have optimism of what the future looks like for the team?
Feeling great. I know that Dan Orlovsky has said some things on your show. We've talked on our show as well. I just put it out into the universe like 2 months ago. Bill Belichick to the Commanders. Why not?
Whoa.
Why not? These guys, I'm here to report, and I've said this on part of my take as well, so it's not necessarily breaking news, but the Bill Belichick to the Commanders stuff is real. It's real, baby. It could happen. I'm not even making this up. Like,
that was a report?
Okay.
That's a report from you right there? That's a report?
I've already reported this. This is a re-report. This is a double report. This is me mostly just saying it out loud again because I would love nothing more than to just steal Bill Belichick from Hank Lockwood and dangle that over his head for the rest of here to eternity. But I think there's some legs to it. I really do. Hank steal Bill Belichick.
Hank had a hell of a life with Bill Belichick up there and Tom Brady, as did Boston Connor, who has a question for you, who was grunting into the microphone while you were saying that.
Yeah, PFT, don't love that. But if we are talking, reports here, why don't we, work some things in? For instance, I think the Patriots would want maybe that Sean Taylor statue that you guys put up last year. That thing is majestic. And then this guy who you guys also have, they might want Sam Howell. When you look at Sam Howell, PFT, and you're thinking about like moxie on the scale of like Taylor Heineke to Ryan Fitzmagic in Buffalo, where do you put Sam Howell's moxie, and is he the best quarterback in the NFL, at least the NFC East?
I think he's definitely proven himself that he's the guy, and you can't take the Sean Taylor statue. That means too much to the people of Greater Raleigh, Maryland. That thing is amazing. We could maybe toss in, there's some other considerations that I could work on. We've got a lot of things to offer in the story history. Maybe like all the old Redskins and Washington football team merch.
Deal.
Oh, no. Hey, there's a lot of that merch. PFT, Washington played against the Colts in Indy, and there was, I'd say it was like 65% Washington fans.
So mad.
Not one of them had football team or Commanders merch on. Not one of them.
Yeah, also, I mean, keep your eye on this. Whenever Harris is on TV, Josh Harris, the new owner, he's always wearing just a burgundy shirt. It never says Commanders on it. So I'm thinking that we're going to change the name again. But I am a Colts season ticket holder, Pat. So I was true to my word on that. When Mr. Irsay came out there and was smoking a stove or smoking a cigarette in the golf cart and going after Dan Snyder, I was like, I love this guy. This is my dude. So I'm a Colts season ticket holder. We give away tickets every home game to Colts fans and youngsters. So they are my AFC East or my AFC team. Without a doubt, yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. Now, obviously, we lose quarterback fourth game. And Gardner Minshew's a dog, though. Hey, you talk about moxie.
That's right.
Gardner Minshew's got it. Hopefully, we'll be able to win some for you over there on the AFC. Last question for you here, PFT, from Ty.
Yeah, PFT, everyone knows about your affinity for Joe Flacco and, kind of where he rests on the elite meter. Now we're hearing that, the Cleveland Browns are hosting Joe Flacco. He's in the building. If he is to sign with Cleveland, are we looking at, Joe Flacco potentially winning a second Super Bowl ring here this year?
I think we are. In fact, I just fired a missile at it on the old Sportsbook app. So I'm in. I'm at 50-1 odds. I'm looking to make a cool 50 G's off it. And then at that point, Joe Flacco will be undoubtedly an elite quarterback. And all he has to do is throw the ball like 10 times a game. Just run the damn ball, Stefanski. The process is simple. If you watch Joe Flacco, he's great at handing the ball off. That's all you got to do. Hand the ball off, don't turn the ball over, and fire up some of those old, intentionally underthrown deep balls where you get a pass interference every now and again. And that's the recipe for winning football.
He was ahead of his time. A lot of people doing that now. That became like the thing over the last 3 years. Flacco won a Super Bowl with it long time ago.
Yep.
He's a forward thinker. Let's talk about another quarterback who threw his name in for the Cleveland Browns. RG3, obviously former Washington football team member and star, won Offensive Rookie of the Year there in Washington. He said he still runs a 4.3, can still throw a football 80 yards and could potentially go to the Browns. What are your thoughts on him getting back into the NFL and leaving the booth?
Yeah, I'm not one to ever doubt anything that Robert Griffin says. He takes a lot of calls. It sounds like every time there's an opening, Robert Griffin is the first person that a GM calls, so he's probably just waiting for the right spot to open up. I don't know what that spot would be, but I will always be impressed with the workout video he put out in 2018, I think. Him and his lovely wife, they were training down in Florida, and he was just throwing footballs at trees. He was asking her, like, point a tree. Which tree should I hit? And then he just drill it with a football. That's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. So, I mean, I would like to see Robert Griffin. Listen, if you put RG3, Johnny Manziel, or Tim Tebow on a football field, I will watch it. I am dumb. I am very, very stupid.
Yeah, we are in. We are all in on that. And speaking of in, there's actually an RG3 jersey here in the crowd. I did not know that James. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah, the old alternate there. I like that.
Got it. That gets you jacked up a little bit about the glory days. Connor has one for you, PFT.
Yeah, PFT, you are a very stylish human being, and there was one quarterback in the NFL who changed their style, Tua Tagovailoa. Hopefully I just pronounced that right.
You did.
How do you feel about his cornrows, and should you also think about placing that massive bet, winning $50,000 on the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl now that he looks like an absolute weapon?
It makes me think they're even more fraudulent than they were before.
Wow.
I feel like that's the Dolphins, man. Listen, they're fun to watch on offense, but something about those candy-ass colors, that teal, that orange, you put that in a December or January football game, and I don't see them being able to run the ball or stop the run. I'm probably completely wrong about this because they've got the fastest guys in the NFL, and they go like 10 deep with the fastest guys. But this is just like an old-school take that I have. Like, I don't see candy-ass colors winning in December.
Hey, live by it, because who knows? It might be accurate. It might be completely wrong. That's what picking games in the NFL is like. Tomorrow, a good slate of college football games. You've been doing your research. You ready for this thing? You're going to go perfect tomorrow?
I've tapped into my inner Connor Stallions. I'm ready to roll. Spoiler alert, I'm leaning JMU.
What?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Interesting.
I haven't figured it out yet. I got to run all the numbers. I've got the boys in the back on the computers. They're putting together the spreadsheets, and the early returns are looking like I'm going to pick JMU to beat App State.
All right. Well, obviously we will all wait with bated breath to see what the selection is for you at the end of tomorrow's game day. There's no van here, but we are very, very thankful that you chose and said yes to being selected as the picker tomorrow. You're the man. Keep inspiring, keep leading. We appreciate the hell out of you.
All right. Love you, Pat. Love you guys. And I don't know what words I can and can't say right now, but I will say the NCAA are assholes, and they're pieces of shit.
Hell yeah.
That's good. PFT Commenter, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon my take.
Hell yeah.
You talk about pieces of shit. Ty actually had to leave because he almost shit his pants.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Ty was like, I got a question, but also I'm about to go ahead and ruin myself. And I'm like, you're about to take a JMU Dookie?
Jeez.
That's wild. Funny punny.
First
you
time
guys
on
aren't
location.
Dookies. No, you guys aren't Dookies. JMU.
That's the best.
It is. It's a very cool one. It's got good bass in it. It's very simple. It's a nice call and respond.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of people still here. I don't know if people are filtering in or filtering out. It's been an active crowd, and we can't thank you enough. Genuinely.
We're setting up stages too.
Oh yeah, Joe Bros.
Yeah, it's a movement. It's a movement over here.
Look at that shit.
So cool.
It's not because of us.
No.
This is because of the NCAA.
And how they're just passionate fans.
That sign, that cardboard sign over there, far left.
Oh, yes.
I've never agreed with one more than that.
Yes.
Make AQ fat again.
Amen.
Yep.
Everyone's thinking it.
There it is. AQ, this is the Hills of Virginia, pal. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and call him up. Make sure we can get that.
Time to come home, AQ.
I think this weekend is setting up to be pretty majestic here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. I feel like we covered everything, too, that isn't necessarily App State JMU.
Yeah.
Other than real feel-good story coming out of Detroit. Montgomery, running back for the Detroit Lions, told a story about what happened in this last week's game. And I'll tell you what, although it's going to affect him potentially in his next contract and maybe escalator.
Sure.
He did the right thing and was a great teammate. Listen to Montgomery chit-chat about a happening this past weekend.
So David ran out because I was supposed to come out, and David came out. He came and got me, and then he was like, John, you want it? I was thinking, I was like, yeah, let me get it. So he was like, bet. And he just ran out, and then he let me get it. So props to big bro, Demo.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. Yeah,
Real
great guy.
So Montgomery basically just gave a touchdown to Jahmyr Gibbs. I respect and appreciate that. This is just like when Heineke at the end of last year said, you guys need to start Sam Howell so you can see what you got. Doesn't happen often in professional sports, AJ.
It definitely does not happen that often. Like, you hear this happening at times and you don't believe it. A lot of times, I heard about his guy, he gave up all this stuff for a teammate. But yeah, it's actually cool to see. And I think, teammates, it's cool when you get around people and you get around teams and you see how tight they actually are, because sometimes I'm shocked when I see teams. I'm like, man, these people actually really enjoy each other. And usually that equates to success on the field.
Yeah, competitive envy could potentially happen there as well, and MCDC ain't having it. And shout out to that running back room being a little, giving to each other.
It's actually funny because we were talking about how Gibbs got the goal line carries and we were confused by it. Now we're not confused by it. But I wonder if it was it after that long run when he got down to the one and he was like, hey, you deserve that? Because that I understand and that I like, actually.
I appreciate it. You remember back in the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jerome Bettis used to just come in. I think he had on the season maybe 30 yards and 10 touchdowns. Because they were all just 1 yard runs. Speaking of running, you need a good offensive line. We have an offensive lineman that joins us every week to host In the Trenches. There's a sign about him here in the Hills of Virginia. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, skinny AQ Shipley.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
A little bit of a pop here from the JMU folks, but one of these people is speaking the truth more so than everybody else. How do you feel about your body being chatted about in the Hills of Virginia, AQ?
I love it. Let me just tell you something. I won a Super Bowl with 2 JMU Dukes.
Who's that?
Josh Wells and Earl Watford.
Dogs.
That
was Fat AQ. How does Skinny AQ feel about the current James Madison team and the James Madison situation, AQ Shipley?
Well, I watch James Madison every week. I think they got a great offense, #1 defense, I think, in the country. They stop the run and they run the football. That is what we're talking about in JMU.
All right, AQ.
Nailed it.
Yep.
You're doing really well. Looks like you're living the dream out here. We wish you were in Harrisonburg. Do you have any message for these people before we let you go here?
Well, I want all the fans to show up early, drink early, get after it, and be loud tomorrow. Let's go!
And a baby skinny AQ still got a little fat AQ in him. Ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley.
What a professional. What a professional.
Love to see that.
All the canned answers had him ready to go.
People helping people.
So he was listening to you earlier whenever you were talking about this team. He's like, I think we got a great defense.
Stop the run.
Got a great off. They do, though. That's a real deal here. Hey, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Ty Shitty Schmidt.
Thank you. I tell you what, you forget how long of a jaunt that is.
That's
to the
quite
porta potties.
it's quite a hike.
That was close.
We can smell it.
Can
Nice.
or can't? Can. I don't doubt it. That one was pretty messy.
You don't flush in the porta john. It's going to be sitting there all weekend.
I know you're a massive fan of PFT, so the fact that you could only ask one question before getting out of here and having to dump your pants was quite a shame. Him being here tomorrow is going to be epic, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about his brain thinking of giving answers for every one of these games. The amount of shit that's going to come out of his mouth tomorrow, I am so incredibly pumped. You're talking actual genius there, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like most of the people who come in and are guest pickers, I don't think they're paying attention to college football like he probably is. So like and kudos to ESPN for actually saying, "Hey, yeah, let's do this. Let's bring PFT in."
I don't think there was, I don't know how many people were saying, yeah.
Is that right? Is that right?
No, I don't know. I just know that there was maybe a small army that was like, this is the right answer. This is the right answer. And I wasn't the only one in that group. There were others. And I think there were some people that were potentially surprised by the pick whenever the tweet went out. But with that being said, PFT has been nothing but great to me, to us, and his brain is a good one for sports. So I'm very pumped for him to be here tomorrow.
And he actually knows the game. Like you can tell when we were just talking to him. Like he knows everything about the NFL. He's obviously tied in very closely to JMU, and I assume that the JMU people are going to go nuts tomorrow when he picks them.
Well, he's leaning that way. Leaning that way. There's more, conversation around colleges during this transition era of everything happening. Obviously, JMU's getting screwed by the NCAA. Michigan is currently getting punished by the Big Ten and getting investigated by the NCAA. Have you heard what's going on at Arizona's university?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tough.
Arizona University is currently in the middle of an accounting error or flaw to the tune of $240 million. When you talk about ineptitude, and whenever you talk about somebody just blowing it for an entire place, you talk about a $240 million accounting error where they're talking about attacking sports when Arizona right now, with Noah Fafita, their football team, and everything that could potentially grow from it is screwed. This is a nice reminder, okay? And we talk about this whenever we talk about other things happening, that there are people in positions that we are just taught to respect and say, yup, they know what they're doing. They hold a title. They must be smart. What I have learned as a white trash kid who did not have any friends that were in any of those positions. My parents didn't have any friends that were in any of those positions. You just assume these people were smart. There's a lot of doofuses in positions of power, in positions of influence. NCAA is a great testament of that. And whoever at Arizona blew this and is going to ruin the university for future times. We need to remember that there's idiots in charge of places, and don't just assume that people have it figured out.
Yeah, and I think they said on average that Arizona has like 6 more teams than most universities do. So and then when you look at Title IX, they're going to end up having to probably cut a few of these programs that aren't losing a bunch of money, just because of an accounting error. They're going to have to go back and we're going to have to get rid of 8
how,
sports.
though? How did it get to $240 million
Somebody was
before
stealing
they
it.
caught it?
Somebody was stealing it.
Couldn't you caught it when it was $50 million?
That's alleged. That's from my brain. Yeah. We understand this is JSPN, Journalism Sports Network, and if anything gets said, it could be taken seriously. We've already been sued by Brett Favre before, but that is egregious. That is...
Should be criminal.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying, but probably... You know how the handshakes go. Oh, sorry. And here's kind of how.
Boom, boom, there.
A lot of
Look
this.
over here.
This committee did this. This committee did this. The person that did it knows.
Oh, yeah.
And that person will have another job in 2 weeks at another high-profile position when somebody who deserves it and has worked their ass off to get there doesn't know the right people to get the job. We have to remember that.
And 23 programs. I mean, that's over 1,000 kids that are probably having to leave Arizona now if they're cutting 23. I can't even name 12 sports, assuming that it's both men's and women's and maybe one that's either one or the other.
RG3 put out a tweet. It cannot load in our group text. I assume it was a response to us. I'm not 100% sure. Go get it, RG3.
Yep.
Go get it, Robert Griffin III.
New England needs you, Bob. Come home.
It's the choose a tree and hit it one that he was talking about.
Let's see Robert Griffin III spinning it at his house with his wife, RG3. Okay, go. 3-step drop in rhythm. Pounding a palm tree.
Okay.
Did that palm tree knock over?
He can't just do it one time. We did see a coconut fall. The man's going to fall. In rhythm. No hitch. Boom.
Whoa.
This is like that, what's that baseball movie where the guy's pitching by the speedometer thing?
Tom
Amansky.
the rookie.
The rookie.
Oh, I thought you were going to Tom Amansky.
That was the commercial.
Yeah, this instructional video. It works.
If RG3 ends up back in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns and wins the Super Bowl, make the movie tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's
Mr.
not
3000.
That's not an easy feat. Okay.
That tree's what?
Yeah.
Tiny.
It's wide?
Maybe.
Palm tree's known for being pretty thin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not an easy target. If you can hit a palm tree that's standing still, you don't think you can hit Amari Cooper coming across the middle just like this?
Bingo. Guess what? Those hands move. His hands move. He's got a catch radius. Trees do not have catch radiuses.
Yeah.
That basic-ass palm tree got no arms.
Nope.
Can't move.
Nope.
Doesn't run a 4.4 like Amari Cooper does.
No, but I do worry. You mentioned the coconut falling. I mean, if he's throwing it that hard, Amari Cooper, how long is it going to take them to find that connection and the velocity on the ball?
We have some breaking news in the baseball world, which is something that everybody cares about.
Oh, yeah. Is it Shohei?
The Oakland Athletics are officially becoming the Las Vegas Athletics.
All right.
And baseball.
Love tradition around here. Don't necessarily love things changing. I think the ownership is obviously one that's been mocked and ridiculed by every player that's ever played there, every manager that's ever managed there, and every fan that has ever been a fan of the Oakland Athletics. Going to Las Vegas is obviously awesome, but once again, the city of Oakland is losing another sports team, and that sucks for them, obviously.
Yeah, for sure, because they are actually like a massive fan base, very prideful. They love the A's games. I mean, we saw it earlier this year when they actually orchestrated like, hey, everyone show up and bring signs that basically shit on the owner, but they've kind of said the same thing. Like, they've been trying to get a new stadium in Oakland for the last like 15 years, and it's basically just been blocked at every stage. And then, all of a sudden it's like, hey, we want to move to Vegas. Boom, they already got the plans for where the stadium's going to go on the Strip. They found the money to relocate. So you kind of feel bad, but you also, with how Vegas is booming as a sports town right now, it makes sense.
Tone Diggs said, enough with the baseball.
Tony.
Let's move along to giving some more people some money. We got about 3.5 minutes left here on ESPN. We will continue on YouTube and ESPN Plus, where I've been told too many people watch this particular program. And it'll be a little bit looser then as we celebrate this incredible weekend in Harrisonburg with these people, and it turns into a little bit of a pep rally.
Hell yeah.
But before we get out of here, I think A.J. Hawk should shoot some hoops.
Why not?
To win some people some money.
Come on, Hawker.
There's currently 58,000 people watching on YouTube. I don't know how many people are here in beautiful Harrisonburg, Virginia, on the quad in front of Wilson Hall, but I do know one of them might win $5,000 if A.J. Hawk can hit a moonshot here from the stage. Before you shoot, Tone Diggs, go ahead and select one of these signs to be a potential winner.
I want to go to the RIP Dale number 3 in the back, the Intimidator.
Okay. Rest in peace, Dale. Moment of silence for Dale Earnhardt. Moment has passed. Thank you, Dale. This one's for 3. A.J. Hawk, $5,000.
Praise Dale, raise hell.
Yes. With 1.5 eyes.
Come on, Hawker. Come on, Hawker. A.J. Hawk. A.J. Hawk. Wow. First shot.
Had to play that play a little draw.
It was awesome. Yup. Celebration, bitches. That's $5,000. The SIG sign won 1,000 earlier. Before we sign off, I would like to let the airports and restaurants and cafes that are currently watching this. This has been one of the coolest moments of my entire professional life. The amount of people that came out here showed us love. It's not for us. This is a big to hell with the NCAA. We'll be shooting in the next hour for sure. We just gave away $5,000. Let's not be ungrateful about it. But with that being said, to the fine people who are JMU, thank you so much for the hospitality and the phenomenal energy, emotion of today's show. This has been so incredibly cool. We'll continue on YouTube and ESPN+. I assume it's going to get outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be making our picks. We're going to be enjoying the hell out of the fine people here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Game day tomorrow morning, 9 Eastern, should be a scene.
Yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We will see you next week.
There you go.
You're out of here?
See you later.
Hey, so, just real quick, so, that's magic. Chris Angel's here. It does appear. Let JMU bowl is what that bowl said. Hey, there's a little child over there that said I skipped school for this. I don't agree with that, but I appreciate the hell out of you, bub. You shouldn't have done that. You should have went to school. I'm sure they would have taught you some stuff. Hey, real quick. We got another hour left where we're going to be on YouTube and ESPN+. It's going to get a little loose. It's going to get pretty dumb. We're going to give away some more money, hopefully, if AJ can continue to drain some shots. But from the bottom, like literally, from the bottom of our fucking hearts, thank you for making today, you know? USA. No. Don't say that. You shouldn't do that. But from what you guys just made us look like on ESPN is like a real fucking show. So like, thank you. This is sweet.
Unreal.
We do not deserve this. We're just a dumb program that started in the basement. We know this is a big fuck the NCAA thing, but you're the best. You are the absolute best. We're going to go take a piss. Ty's going to take a shit. We'll be back in 5 with hour 3. Let's go ahead and enjoy the hell out of Harrisonburg, Virginia on a Friday. See you in 5. What's isolation?
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
What?
Is there a bathroom or you wearing a diaper?
You
For
can
real?
wear-
Holy shit!
Explosive, the thing that really takes it over the top. Jesus fucking Christ. The thing that really takes it over the top.
Son of a bitch, Mad Mel. Get it together.
WWE champion. Yeah! Oh yeah, fucking right we did. Oh, I just said right there. There's the first one.
Yeah, that's right.
If you go like that,
Oh my God! Cook the yard!
Boom, right there. His foot's
Boom,
on the
touchdown.
fucking line.
Boom.
That's his foot on the line.
He's living out in L.A. He drives a sports car just to prove.
I pooped my pants on Monday, actually, a week ago today.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Say so. Say so.
Also, fuck Boston.
You gotta have a working toilet seat.
Can't tell which side is which. It's
crazy. It's a dead ringer.
Skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Man Jr. Be there, go X.
I think I smoke meat very well.
Ask Schefter what I texted him when he somehow got my number and texted me. I didn't respond to Diana Rossini, I think her name is. I would say the same thing that I told Schefter. Lose my number. Nice try.
My dad always said this. He said, boys, that's for show. Yeah. That's for dough. He said that one makes the girls dream, but that one puts food on the table. That's the work muscle.
Every single Thursday, we will be getting the incredible opportunity of chatting with head coach of Alabama, Nick Saban. People are saying you look like the Wayans brothers with the white chicks.
Oh, no. I'd say it was like a specific person. It's just like, hey, this is a sweet mask that someone spent a lot of time on, I guess. And they had a lot of old man.
AJ Hawk.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure this whole situation out. Okay, we got a Zoom here. Yeah, congrats. We're on ESPN. Awesome. My camera almost worked.
Smoke sweeter and yeah, forgiveness I've been denying. That's Live Like You Were Dying. That's that song.
Good song.
That's how he wrote it, probably.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dan in Connecticut. Lovely place here on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Dano?
Oh, what's up, Pat McAfee?
Dan, you are too young to listen to this show. I can tell. I think. How old?
I'm not Dan. I am Owen.
Mitt. Owen, how old are you?
It's so different.
I am at 8.5.
Oh, that's cute.
8.5. If you're telling us you're half age, you're too young to be listening.
That's a record.
It stinks.
What's on your mind, pal?
What do you want to talk about, Owen?
I want to talk about how inspiring this show is and how you're inspiring this whole entire world with how you're talking about sports and how you're talking about your life experience.
Thank you, Owen.
Owen, thank you.
Love you, Owen.
Thank you,
Owen. I'm taking her on
and
the
also, fuck Boston.
You were the best. Yes. I want to let Owen know, if you're still listening, Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Owen, the way you talk about sports is inspiring.
Yes.
I didn't know 8.5 could do that. Wow. Shout out Owen.
That time.
Go, Owen.
Hey, Owen. New generation in Connecticut, I guess.
He was making me feel good, too, by the way. He was making me feel good, making the show feel good. He was talking us up. He was hyping us up, and then boom, a little...
Was this Aristotle's brother?
A little misdirection from Aristotle's brother, Owen, at 8.5 there. That was awesome.
I'd say he put his balls on your forehead, but I don't think they dropped yet. So.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Harrisonburg, Virginia, on this Feel Good Friday, November 17th. Hour 3 starts now. Football! It's happening in a big way here, and Hour 3 is presented by DoorDash. DoorDash, the greatest app ever created on earth.
Easy.
Shout out to the internet, giving us an opportunity to have an app like DoorDash that'll deliver you everything you could possibly need right to your doorstep, no fucking around.
Nope. None.
Don't even have to talk to anybody. It just gets dropped on your doorstep. You don't have to do anything. Shout out to DoorDash. We appreciate you investing in this particular company and believing in us. Right now, enjoy $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on all eligible orders with a Dash Pass membership. Sign up for a Dash Pass and get your first month free. Hey, DoorDash, hell yeah, dude. Now, speaking of hell yeah, it's not just the Toxic Table here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. It's not just one half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Stefon Diggs. It's not just the college football national champion.
What?
A Super Bowl champion.
What?
A Ryder Cup winner.
What?
Father of 10.
What?
COVID survivor.
What?
President of Ohio.
What?
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
What?
A man who drained a shot first try for $5,000 for Dale Earnhardt last hour. AJ Hawk.
Yeah, AJ.
What a shot. Hey, what a shot. I mean, that was remarkable, AJ. Yeah. Joining us up here is a man who's going to make us smarter about this fine institution. He's the host of the JMU Sound Off podcast. Whenever we were coming here, I had a bunch of people tweeting me, you need to connect with this guy. You need to connect with this guy. Michael Evangelista, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, first off, thank you so much for having us, or having me. This is amazing. I appreciate it. Let's go Dukes, baby!
Hey, I like that. Good pop.
Let's go. Pop.
Okay, so obviously we've learned over the last 2 hours that the fan base here is phenomenal. What else do we need to know about this institution before College game day tomorrow? What are some quick stats and facts that I should know and drop tomorrow on game day to sound like an incredibly smart human?
Absolutely. So think about this. In the last 10 years, we have won 80% of our football games. We haven't had a losing season since 2001 when we went 5-6. So we have a culture of winning, a culture of excellence. This is where people come to win.
Hell yeah, Michael.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, that's a good stat there.
Oh, great stat.
Since 2000 what? How many games?
2001. It's 22 years since we last had a losing season.
Unbelievable. Connor has a question for you, Michael.
So, Michael, as someone who doesn't know too much about this JMU squad on offense, what are we firing with? Is the quarterback the guy? Is it a running back? Who's our guy here at JMU?
Yeah, absolutely. So, all starts with a signal caller, Jordan McLeod. I mean, he didn't even win the job coming out of camp. And he has just opened up the offense. He runs our RPO scheme amazingly. But more importantly, this is a team built on a line of scrimmage. Our offensive line, we dominate the lines up front, both offensively and defensively. We're down our two best offensive tackles right now, and we're still crushing it. So that's something to think about.
Okay. Tone has a question for you, Michael.
I was told earlier there's potentially a bar around here that I could buy cigs from a vending machine and get Jello shots.
and Jello shots. Yeah.
Is that true, and where do we need to go?
Something Cove or something?
Oh, Finnegan's Cove, baby.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Is that true?
That might be a little bit past my time.
Where do we go tonight?
I love Jack Brown's. Jack Brown's Burgers. That's where I go all the time. Raise it up. Let's go.
What is the vibes like? It feels like this is a school that likes to have a good time. Yeah, a lot of that.
JMU is the epitome of work hard, play hard. And that's why we're the greatest school in the state of Virginia.
Not easy to get in here? Expensive to get in here?
I wouldn't say it's expensive, but it's very competitive. It's one of the best academic schools in the state.
Okay, AJ has a question.
Hey, how have they won all of these games? Like you said, the last 10, 15 years. What are they doing to separate them and to get such great talent here?
Yeah, I'm about to go one-on-one here, but it's all about the line of scrimmage. Ever since JMU has really invested in their program, we win up front, both on the defensive line and on the offensive line. When you think about the teams that move from FCS to FBS, the biggest difference is the line of scrimmage, am I right?
Yep, size.
Yeah. And what we've done is we've led the league in rushing. We're leading the league in rush defense, and that's from guys that we got from the FCS, FBS talent all the way through. Think about us. We beat North Dakota State at Fargo in 2016 playing their game. No one else can say that.
Yeah, it's cold out there, too. I was in Montana last year. It's not North Dakota, but it was certainly chilly. What do you guys sell as JMU? Because when we flew in here, once again, I had no idea what to expect. It's beautiful as you're flying in here. Gorgeous. 2 hours away from an airport, a little bit of a tough sell, but I think that makes it a good thing that it's kind of out here all by itself. What is the sell of this beautiful campus?
I mean, I think Kirk Herbstreit said it in 2017. If you were to make a video or a movie of College Game Day, it would be at James Madison University. I mean, look at this. Wilson Hall. That was my freshman dorm right over there. That's where I studied. I mean,
knocking boots right over here.
Right over there.
That's right.
They've invested so much into the campus, into the community. I've been saying since day one, this should be the Valleys team. That's what we should be coining JMU football, the Valleys team.
What do you mean? What do you mean by the Valleys team?
Shenandoah Valley.
Oh, okay. Because I saw a couple haulers over, there was a town, and then a couple haulers that way, there was a town, but nothing much else. Feels like this is very much university town, Harrisonburg.
100%. I mean, this is the epitome of a college town. I mean, you look at where JMU was from an all-women's teacher school in 1970 to finally admitting males in the late 70s to what it is now. 25,000 students, I believe. Unreal.
They had a "We Love Women" chant happening earlier.
70-30.
A lot of love. What's that?
70-30.
What's that?
You figure it out.
Women to men.
Really? Here at James Madison?
That's the sales pitch.
Ty has a question for you, Michael.
So you've talked about the pedigree of success. Obviously, haven't had a losing season since 2001. I mean, with what the basketball team's doing right now as well, beating Michigan State at the Breslin Center. Is this the pinnacle of JMU athletics right now?
I graduated 2012. I would have never believed this. And the fact that we opened up a new basketball arena, I think about 2 years ago. We've invested in that program. Right. I mean, this place has the epitome of even a basketball school. We're an everything school, but basketball is just going to get even better.
I think soccer team too, right?
Soccer. We beat Pittsburgh last night, 3-2, I believe.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bury them. Love
win.
Everything about it. What do you expect out of the game tomorrow, Michael?
Oh, it's going to be a slobber knocker. I mean, App State, I got all the respect for those guys. They were doing it before us, but it's going to be a hell of a game. I don't know if you guys saw last year. We were down 28-3 in the first half and came back and win the game.
Falcons,
Think about
Patriots.
28-3. At Boone.
Tell me about Kurt Cignetti and how he's kind of taken on the identity of this town, this team, and everything happening around JMU.
I mean, I think first off, I think JMU lost 0 games at home from 2015 to 2018. The only coach to beat us at home was Kurt Cignetti, and that was with Elon. Yeah. That was insane.
He reminded us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking his shit.
I mean, he's brought such a professionalism, and he's really elevated the program. I mean, we were like the Oregon of the FCS. We had so many uniforms. We were doing crazy things. We were getting the crowds involved, but we didn't have what it takes to really take us off over the line. And Cignetti's really taken us over there since moving to FBS.
Massive stadium over there. We did not expect it to be as big visually.
It's going to get bigger.
It's going to get bigger, obviously, investment, more winning, especially if you're able to play on, one of those bowl games that bring in millions of dollars to the university.
No big deal, right? Insane.
Is this what every game is like? Is this what the stadium is like?
Yeah. JMU! JMU! There we go.
Pete Weber. Yeah.
Isn't this awesome?
Yes.
I love coming back to Harrisonburg.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. This is my first time. Would love to get back here.
Yeah.
Would love to get back here. And
3 game days in 8 years. This is 3 game days in 8 years.
That's better than a lot of places. We went to Utah. It was the first time since forever.
Yeah.
Washington, first time in forever. Colorado, they hadn't been there in a long time. There's a reason the game day keeps coming here. It's because the fans continue to show up. This is something that I mentioned earlier in the first hour. I said when the NCAA makes their decision, right? When the NCAA makes their decision, they should have to come experience a game here 100%. If this is what it is.
100%.
UVA.
I didn't say it.
Virginia. UVA.
I didn't say it.
Okay, I like. Hey, all right. Yeah. Hey, okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I didn't even think about it.
There's a reason why they call JMU the University of Virginia.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Let's go.
But don't you think the NCAA should have had to experience a little bit about what this campus is and how it is a big-time program before we're making the ruling that it can't be?
I mean, first off, the NCAA needs to do some sort of due diligence because when you think about the process, right, they don't give you a choice to sign up for 2 years of probation. So if you're going to move up, you got to do it. So that's why there's a waiver process. And we are financially stable. We have the resources. We have the staff. We have the faculty to get it done.
You can test out. You should be able to test out.
100%.
If you're 10-0, you get in.
Cignetti said it, common sense.
Yeah.
So why have a waiver process? And now the reason why they're denying us is because, we don't have the finances. We don't have the staff.
Right.
And we've proven we have that. So it makes no sense what they're doing.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. But I'll tell you what isn't bullshit. There's kids here. I dropped the F-bomb earlier. That's on me. Saw some alum over there. I had no idea what they were signing up for as they were walking by, and they heard us say some things. But what I do know we have said today is a lot of very, very smart things. And that's because you just smartened us up, pal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You should listen to the JMU Sound Off podcast. And Michael Evangelista, I appreciate you making time, stopping by. And that fade is phenomenal. You need to know that's a great haircut.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is a very
I
good
got a
fade.
gift for you, Pat. This is from the Sound Off.
Nice.
I know it's got sleeves. It might not be your type, but you definitely should put it on at some point.
I will cut off the sleeves, no problem at all. I appreciate the double XL. It's all right.
Let's go.
Dance monkey. I'm popping up here.
Just you can rip the sleeves off, right?
This seems like it's pretty
That's
good material. Pretty good material.
Solid, very solid material.
Let's go. Let's see it on you, Pat.
Yeah!
That's the sound off.
There you go.
Sound off.
1, 2.
Super professional.
Good color on you.
Michael, I appreciate the hell out of you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you so much.
one of your own, obviously, Michael Evangelista. Thank you, buddy. All right, man. We're going to do some dumb picks, try to give away some more money, and enjoy the hell out of our life. Kick ass. Thank you, brother. We'll see you tonight at where? What's that restaurant?
Jack Brown's.
Jack Brown's. We'll see you there.
Let's go.
See you at Jack Brown's.
Burgers at Browns.
As Michael Evangelista makes his way off the stage, and I can't thank him enough for joining us. Whenever we, can you not hear anything?
Cannot, but the crowd can.
Okay, good. I can still hear. They cannot. Michael, you crushed it, pal. You did really, really good.
Boy, Mike.
You did really, really good.
There we are. We're back.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I got a bunch of people that tweeted me. They were like, hey, you should talk to this guy. And I was thinking to myself,
It's got good energy.
I don't like talking to new people much. I don't enjoy it, except for these fine people.
Amen.
So then I DM'd them a little bit. I'm like, hey, you just want to stop by the... Like, I didn't want to call them.
Yeah.
Didn't want to text them.
Right.
I was like, hey, you just want to stop by the show on Friday and make us smarter? And he was like, absolutely. Do I need to know anything else? I was like, see you at 2 o'clock. Sounds good. So he came in completely unprepared, looked amazing, smartened us up. We appreciate the hell out of him.
Yeah.
The Sound Off, JMU Sound Off podcast.
Oh, yeah. He looked good.
He did look good. The fade. The fade was phenomenal. I went to high school at a place called Plum. Our colors were purple and gold as well, so I don't mind donning a little lavender every once in a while.
Looks good.
I got this. It's a rope.
Yeah, you got to do like the whole knot thing.
You got to really rip at that.
Yeah, you got to pull that.
AJ said he'll chew it off.
All right, here we go.
Big Mike's
Mike.
now. We got it.
Oh, yeah, give that knife.
The knife. Thank you, sir.
There we go.
You want some help?
This feels like a good...
Oh, now you're ripped, yeah.
Boom. There it is. Good pull. Good pull. Good pull. There it is.
Yeah.
Now you look like you got like a shooting sleeve.
Yeah, I got a cape on here because you know what? If I need to be the hero that bashes the NCAA into making a common sense decision, so be it. So be it. I apologize. This is probably a pretty expensive thing. And, I'm just ripping it.
He knew it was going to
shreds.
happen.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he had to expect that.
Yep. Hell yeah. We're all in agreement. We're all in agreement. We shred the shit out of this.
Only one way to do it.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice.
Boom.
All right. There's your knife, Ruhlman. Appreciate you, sir. Let me hand it to you blade first, like a gentleman. All right. It is Friday, so that means we do our one segment that we do every single Friday. To be clear, the only thing that makes us a professional program is the fact that we have one scheduled segment a week, and this is it.
Yep.
We'll pick every single NFL game against the spread that the slate has. For some reason, people enjoy this. I have no idea why. We have been abysmal at picking games over the last few weeks, but this is the week that we go perfect. AJ Hawk.
Hell yeah.
First game, Cowboys, Panthers. I believe that's 10.5. Panthers at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Frank Reich is calling plays again. Does that change anything? How do you see it going, AJ Hawk?
Not for me. I will take the Cowboys at 10.5, I believe. I cannot see anything on that screen, but is that what it is?
Yeah.
There was a "Luck the Cowboys" chant happening from these Washington Commanders, Washington football team fans. Frank Reich taking over the play calling duties. To me, that means things are going bad in those owners' meetings with David Tepper. And they want to know why Frank Reich isn't commanding the ship that's currently going down like the damn Titanic through Bryce Young's first year. I will also take the Dallas Cowboys at -10.5. Just wait.
Whoa.
Your team's coming up against a bad team. Steelers are playing the Cleveland Browns. Big AFC North matchup. Steelers getting one going into DTR, Joe Flacco, maybe RG3 in the Cleveland Browns.
Well, as far as we know, RG3 has not been signed by the Browns yet, correct?
That's correct.
So DTR will be the quarterback, which I think he's going to be much improved from the last time we saw him, but still give me the Steelers here at +1 on the road.
There was a Fire Canada chant that happened out here in the hills of Virginia in the last couple hours. There was one of those chants. There it is.
Okay.
Still happening.
Bold.
Oh, take your shirt off. Wade. They put me on camera.
Wade.
Let me take my shirt off.
Wade.
Oh, TJ Wall too.
Wade.
Hell yeah. Oh, did he step on that?
No, he would never.
Oh, he was honoring it. Okay,
Jags
honoring it.
haven't
Okay, all
scored.
right. Because I thought that was.
By the way,
yeah.
Jags haven't scored a touchdown since they did that with the towel. Just want to let everybody know that.
That is true.
Things have certainly gone a different direction since those little gold towels were kind of disrespected. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +1. I hate it, though.
You should. There's games the Steelers fans feel good about and bad about. This is a bad about.
I just think about Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
That's all I think about is just Myles Garrett. Anytime I think about the Cleveland Browns, it's hard not to just think of that specimen, that human, that guy that can take over a game. We watched it in Indianapolis. He has the chance to do that. Who's quarterback? Who cares?
Yeah.
Myles Garrett is on the defensive side of the ball. Are you going to be able to do anything? Probably not. But you know what? Mad America will be able to figure it out. Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, 7.5-point spread. Favorite at home are the brand new Lions. AJ, how do you see it going?
I mean, 7.5 definitely feels like a lot of points, but I like what Detroit is doing. Give me Detroit 7.5.
Foxy and Zito are sitting next to each other in the back there. You guys about to brawl it out because your teams are about to battle this weekend?
Yeah, no, this line started at 10. I don't know why it went to 7.5. That makes me a little nervous, but the Lions can cover. The Lions are the best team against the spread.
This guy sucks. This guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Whoa.
This guy sucks. This guy sucks.
They're talking about you, Foxy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now the Lions always cover, so you guys know who to take here. Come on
All
now.
right, I appreciate that. Motor City Dan Campbell is a covering machine. Zito doesn't have much to pull for with the Bears, looking like a potential rebuild in Chicago yet again for another season for the monsters of the Midway that have been nothing of the sort. For me, the reason why they hate Evan Fox is because he was trying to tell Kurt Cignetti to go to Michigan State 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And him just messing with the football gods like that makes me want to go the other way.
He's a little too confident, huh?
Doesn't it?
He's a little too
Makes you want to take the Chicago Bears, maybe.
Does it really, though?
Yeah, because Evan Fox is doing this bullshit right here in the face of these
Justin
James Madison
Fields is
people.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, his thumb's healthy?
Yep.
David Montgomery revenge game for Detroit.
Yeah, give me the Lions by like 28. Let's go Chargers, Packers. Chargers favored by 3 on the road against a Green Bay Packers team who has been a lot of fun to watch if you're a Packers fan this year. Ain't that right, Tom?
Yeah, they have been. Chargers don't do a terrific job of running the ball, but, there's just you can't pick the Packers. It doesn't matter where they're playing. I don't care if there is no home field advantage anymore at Lambeau, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
It is.
AJ, have you heard that? That's an actual stat,
I have
too.
not heard that, but it's up to them to take advantage of that home field advantage. I guess if you're on the team right now, man, see,
you pick them every week and they lose every week.
I've gotten screwed picking the Packers every week and picking the Chargers every week, too, though. I feel like, I'm like, oh, it's the Chargers. They're going to score a bunch, but they're going to figure it out, right? I'm thinking that for both teams, but give me the Packers here, right here. At home, that's all I care about.
Remember a couple weeks ago when you found out that there was a team that was favored going into Lambeau or something like that, and you were like very, very visibly upset about it.
Yeah,
it felt weird.
Yeah, because you obviously all-time great for the Green Bay Packers, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, a Super Bowl champion for the Green Bay Packers. You take a lot of pride in that place. I don't know if you've gone into the ring. Has he gone into the ring thing?
Not yet.
Oh, that's because you're friends with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, bingo.
So that might take a little bit. Maybe a new regime or two might have to happen. But whenever you found out about a team being favored going in, you felt like almost disrespected it felt like. So for me, Chargers favor going in. Chargers have not.
Yeah, what do you think about that? You have a lot of faith in the Chargers and what they do.
They have not done a lot of. Give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers going into Lambeau.
Because they're going to score. Like I don't know if the Packers are going to be able to keep pace with what the Chargers can do on offense.
That's a shame, though, what's going on up there. But remember, transition year. Nobody expected a Super Bowl this year. Sure. You kicked Aaron out of town. You got the next generation going in there. Everything's going to be good in the future.
Yeah, I hope so. I certainly wasn't expecting a top 5 pick either, though.
That's not bad, though. That's good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Right? He's dying for one.
If you're going to be bad, be bad.
Yeah. We got Anthony Richardson with our top 5 pick.
Yeah, I'd love to see who we're going to take with that top 5 pick.
You think Gutekunst would take a good one, take a wide receiver, maybe another weapon for Jordan?
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing is it's not going to be a sexy pick, but their offensive line stinks. So, you get
Quentin Nelson was the first pick for Chris Ballard.
Exactly. So maybe Joe Alt from Notre Dame head up there and kind of reestablish the line.
How about somebody from this James Madison offensive line?
Yeah, maybe you 4th, 5th round, you grab a guy like that, and
All right, I'm on the Chargers still. I'm on the Chargers. All right, let's go. Cardinals, Texans, 4.5-point spread. Kyler Murray last week was magical in his return. Said he has a new perspective, obviously, but when you talk about a new perspective, there's an entirely new perspective on the Houston Texans because one man is their quarterback, and one man is playing better than any rookie quarterback has ever played in the National Football League. He's from The Ohio State, and his name's C.J. Stroud. They're favored by 4.5, AJ. Do you like him and them at home, or do you like the Cardinals coming in?
Can you imagine what this atmosphere is going to be like in Houston pregame? Like they are
awesome.
C.J. Stroud, a legit MVP candidate right now. Kyler Murray coming back from his injury. We saw last week he still has a lot of gas in the tank. Looks as fast as he ever has. Can still sling the ball. I think that place is going to be on fire. Now, give me the Texans here. What plus what?
Minus 4.5.
Good. I think they win by a touchdown. Here we go.
Okay, perfect. You got it figured out. For me, whenever we played down in Houston, when they were good and JJ was doing all that shit.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And not enough has been made of him potentially coming back to play for the Houston Texans this year.
Still wide open.
He alluded to that in our conversation on Wednesday with him. So who knows? If you can lure that guy out of retirement because of how good your team is, you almost have to respect that team enough to go win that weekend. Houston Texans fans were loud when JJ was there. When they were in it, it was the loudest stadium that I had ever been in. The loudest noise these ears had ever heard. I used to have the ringing situation after the game because of their fans, because it was for the AFC South Championship every single time. I think home field advantage is real down there. And I think once CJ gets rolling, and D'Amico, Will Anderson, and
Sheldon Rankins.
Boom, get rolling. I think that's a buzzsaw waiting to happen. Give me the Houston Texans, even though we're happy Kyler Murray is back. Titans, Jags, real barn burner in the AFC South. Ooh. Titans getting 7, who just secured 20-year naming rights with Nissan for their new stadium. Tennessee Titans got some money coming in. That's good news for a program. Jacksonville Jaguars favored by 7 in front of 2 pools. AJ, your thought?
Diggs, what did you say they haven't scored a touchdown in how long?
Since they stepped on the top.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have not.
Yep.
All right, they're due. Give me the Jags. -7 at home, I believe. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Now, there was a bye week, and they played the Niners. So
and Tennessee.
One game.
Yeah.
Tennessee scored 6 points last week for most of the game.
But before that, Will Levis, you saw his coming out party.
Right after, oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the arm of the law. Lord,
No. Yeah, I didn't know all the words there, but that was pretty good. Pretty pumped about that. Yeah, he played great football immediately after the entire city of Pittsburgh sang that. He delivered like a 20-yard ball right into a pocket that it needed to be thrown. I thought, this guy's got it. He came out with a hat on, not a helmet, so you could see his face. He wanted to take it in. Wanted to talk a little shit. He seemed like he was going to be the guy. And they stink that very next game. That's going to happen with a young quarterback. Give me the Jags. -7 at home. Do you believe in Will Levis still? I do.
I do, actually. But for this game, the Titans are still yet to win or cover on the road. They cannot play away from home.
Okay, give me the Jags. What's going on with Braves, AJ? What happens there? You know what I mean? Raiders, Dolphins. Tua's got a new hairstyle. Raiders got a new coach. They're almost getting 2 touchdowns in Miami. Your thoughts?
Man, Con, what do you think? Is this too many?
Yeah, I'd say it's too many, but then again, the Dolphins have scored 70 points in one game this year, so who knows what's going to happen.
Give me the Raiders here on this one.
Okay, Raiders +13. Now, you would say, potentially, if the Raider way is back, a Miami flu is possible.
Absolutely.
You know, it could be second floor at Tootsie's getting shoulder rubs.
Sure.
That would potentially be the new and the old Raider way.
Definitely.
Not all of them. I'm just saying,
few
could be a thing.
Right.
Is that enough to sway me away from the Devontae Adams videos in the locker room, in Max Crosby with the cigars, and Antonio Pierce showing up in drop tops? I don't think so.
Aiden O'Connell screams Tootsies.
Yeah, you're right. With that mustache,
Absolutely.
rides all night.
And they're free.
I'm taking the Raiders +13, although I do believe the Dolphins win.
Are they going to smoke in a away locker room?
Yeah.
They don't
How
have
pissed the other team would be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Owners,
That feels like that would be a thing. They'll probably have something all set up by the buses.
Yeah.
You know, like one of those. Like, hey, boys, we win this game. We got a couple coolers and cigars out here. You know what I mean? Probably one of those things.
Good idea.
Raiders +13 for me. Now, New York Giants, Washington Commanders in an NFC East battle. 9-point spread. The Commanders are favored at home. Holy hell, Bruce. Your team sucks.
Yikes. 9 points at home. I mean, the Washington Commanders, the fact they're 9-point makes you think that you might not want to take them, but I absolutely will take the Washington Commanders here at home, -9, because I don't know what the New York Giants can do if they can score any points.
The crowd has spoken a little bit here with their sign, get Ron out of Washington? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Washington. Yep.
I'll tell you what, Ron Rivera was a hell of a ball player.
He was.
An incredible man.
Yeah.
He is a tough son of a bitch.
Mean cuss.
Has given a lot of his time and life to football, and we appreciate that. But Ron's been doing a lot of things that are just like, that doesn't feel like a head coach, but he probably knows.
Yeah, for sure.
He probably knows what's coming, so we appreciate him. The Giants are an absolute disappointment, I think would be the right way to word that.
Huge.
Now, without Danny Dimes, what is it? Who knows? What were they with Danny Dimes? Give me the Commanders at home, -9. Even though that's not good for the future of the Commanders. I love everything about it. Buccaneers, Niners. A.J. Hawk, 11.5-point favorites at home are the San Francisco 49ers. Great fashion out there.
Yep.
A very important meeting in the world took place out there.
Absolutely.
There was quite a cleanup out there from what I've heard. And they are favored by double digits against the Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield and Tristan Wirfs, who we just talked to yesterday. AJ.
Yeah, we did. We love a lot of those guys on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm a big fan of a lot of guys on the roster, but guess what?
Yep.
San Francisco 49ers are healthy, correct?
Yep.
Give me the Niners at, is it 11?
Yeah, and a half. You think Trent Williams is coming out again like this?
Yep, for sure.
You think Debo's coming out like this?
Yep.
You think Chase is in the middle of that thing doing the whole thing?
I think so.
You think Bosa's still absolutely strapped and jogged? You think old cuz Fred is telling the other team that we have the video. Run this video of Fred Warner mic'd up from inside the NFL on CW. Basically, he tells the offense what they're doing before the offense even knows what they're doing. Not only does he fly around, we got it. They're finding it.
Hey, they know what they're doing. You're right, we don't.
Offensive lineman tells Fred Warner, you're 100% right, bud. We don't know what we're doing. He's incredibly heady. Leads an incredible defense. Trent Williams is a tone setter. I like the San Francisco 49ers against anybody except for the JMU Dukes this week.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
File that under things that'll never happen for a cheap pop. Jets, Bills. Bills favored by 7 at home against a New York Jets team that could potentially stick around, hang around long enough for a medical miracle to take place and Aaron Rodgers to come back after tearing his Achilles. A.J. Hawk, one touchdown.
Is anybody taking the Jets here in this game, you think?
Same with the Broncos.
Anybody?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, for sure.
This feels like a loser leaves town match.
Yeah, but don't you think at some point the Bills are going to figure something out?
Don't bet on this game.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
Give me the Bills for sure here, but I still don't know what either of these teams are right now.
That's exactly.
That's week 11.
Yeah, I'm going with my gut, my instinct.
So fired coordinator. Not as successful as fired coach.
No, it doesn't get the boys up as much as the interim coach.
Brady?
Yeah, Joe Brady.
Joe Brady with the fade. Oh, I forgot about that from Joe Brady.
He's gonna want to show up his first game as the play call.
And remember what happened with Devontae Adams when Antonio Pierce became the head coach. He's got the ball 100 times. Stefon Diggs may be lining up a running back this upcoming weekend.
Like this.
There's a chance he's getting the ball all the time. I like that for them, but that Jets defense is so good. It's 7-point spread. They know each other.
Well, and first game of the season was kind of the start of like, hey, what's going on with Josh Allen? I think we throw 3 or 4 picks against them.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets +7. You said who's going to – I'll take the Jets +7.
That was the first one that you two disagreed on.
Fuck.
No, yeah, Green Bay and Chargers different.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There's one other.
Stat that.
Forgot to put the X. Forgot to put the X through that.
This year, that has not been good for us. Seahawks, Rams, 1-point spread. Who do you like, AJ?
I like the Seattle Seahawks here on this one.
Fantastic news. Give me Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Lombo's big on the Rams, isn't he?
Yep. You're taking the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks. I already
there we go.
I'm not going to whiffle.
Sunday Night Football. Minnesota Vikings, Denver Broncos. 2.5-point spread. Josh Dobbs, Kevin O'Connell getting 2.5 on the road for a game that is... You know what? I'm happy the Vikings are on primetime. People are going to enjoy Kevin O'Connell's offense.
And Russ again.
It's going to be good TV. And Russell's back. He's hitting shots. Cortland Sutton looking like Ty Lockett with the connection.
Judy.
You're right. We're all the way back. It's a great Sunday night football game.
Great game.
How do you see it going?
It is a great Sunday night game. I mean, Russ honestly is playing much better than people give him credit for. So give me the Denver Broncos here.
All right. And I'll take the Pastronaut and Josh Dobbs, Kevin O'Connell. There was a mic'd up on Inside the NFL where those two are in love with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Now, before we start giving away more money, there's one last pick that has to be made by the boys, not by me. My time will come making a pick for this game. That'll be tomorrow around 11:59.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow in this beautiful city, there will be a matchup of titans. The App State Mountaineers travel to Harrisonburg, Virginia, to take on the JMU Dukes in a 9-point favor situation. I believe we have a graphic that tells the entire story. Maybe not. JMU App State. The boys will make their picks. AJ Hawk, we will start with you, pal. How do you see it going? What's the final score? And who wins in this fuck the NCAA game for the JMU Dukes?
Okay, so we know that JMU is tough in the trenches. O-line, D-line, and that's how you build a football team, especially in college football, right?
That is right.
Yep. I think JMU controls the ball offensively. Defensively, they take the ball away a few times. They lay on them a little bit. They let them know that they're here and that App State is in for a physical game, and I love App State. I think they have a great team. But I'm taking it JMU 28, App State 10.
Wow. All right. AJ Hawk likes the JMU Dukes by 18, certainly covering. Stefon Diggs, who is one half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys, which is a gambling show that comes out of the Thunderdome. Tone, 9-point spread. How do you see it going?
There's a lot of schools in Virginia, Pat. There's a lot of schools that play football in Virginia, Pat.
Absolutely.
This is by far the best football school in Virginia. Okay? Virginia Tech stinks. Virginia definitely stinks at football.
All right.
Give me JMU tomorrow versus App State.
2 for JMU, no for App State. I apologize to them thus far. Let's see what Ty's thinking on this big-time game in beautiful Harrisonburg.
Yeah, when we first got here, Pat, again, I kind of scoffed at the idea. Hey, you know, a lot of people are saying, why aren't we at Oregon State? You know, why aren't we at Oregon State? That was horseshit, okay? You do not fuck with this kind of energy. You just don't do it. You can't do it. App State maybe scores a late touchdown. JMU is going to beat the shit out of App State tomorrow. 45-7. Go Dukes!
That's just... Like, think about being in the App State locker room. Hearing that.
Coach is showing that before the game.
Oh my God, just run it on repeat.
Look at this.
They're like, who are these idiots?
This guy in a hoodie in front of their crowd.
He just dumped his pants an hour before he said this.
He got pooped in his actual pants during the same exact show he said this stuff. This is what he thinks of you.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right, so 3 people. JMU, JMU, JMU. 45-7, 28-10.
32-9.
32-9. Okay.
I like that.
That's a good. That's a scoregami.
Yeah.
That's a scoregami.
Congratulations.
Last pick of the day, obviously here. Before we do some giveaways with these fine people, Boston Connor, how do you see it going?
Oh, Tony said, this is the best football school in Virginia, but it is. These might be the best fans in the entire country when it comes to college football. Listen to that. It's absurd.
It is.
Now, when I woke up this morning, I didn't just wake up all willy-nilly.
No.
I put on my purple shirt so I could rep JMU up here because I love what they do. Coach Sig, he comes up here. What does Coach Sig do? Just gives us gold the entire time. Hypes up the entire crowd, tells them how much the NCAA stinks.
Good people. Which
they do. And you know what? They should go bowling this year. That's easy. You'd have to be an idiot to pick App State. So good. And they should let them bowl. And the thing about when they go to the bowl game, though, they'll have one loss because App State is beating JMU because JMU isn't good at football. App State runs shit around the Appalachian Mountains. You guys might be rowdy fans, but your football team isn't there yet. Yeah, flip me off. Sorry you can't deal with the reality of the situation that you're in. Mountaineers, baby, they're gonna dog shit all over this dumb place. App State forever. Yeah, fuck you too. How about that? Huh? How about that? Suck it. App State, baby.
What's the score?
I'm gonna go with a real close 42-10 App State ass beating in JMU all over their face. Losers. Have fun watching the bowl games from home.
What about
Idiots.
the streamers? What about the streamers?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Here's your stream. You guys like this, right? Stupid fucking thing. Yeah, right. I'm not throwing that into the crowd. They like the streamers. No
What was that all
thanks.
about?
No thanks.
What's that all about? You people have been awesome to us. To hell with this guy.
Don't care. I just know that's how the game's going to go. Sorry. App State run shit.
Look at that. Look at that sign.
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I don't. I just checked. Someone bring shit up here then. Someone poop and bring shit up here.
Now, do not. Hey, we want to let you know that was uncalled for.
No, sorry. That's how I feel.
These people have been good to us.
That's my truth.
We're going to move on from that. We would like to say that the opinions of Boston Connor do not reflect that of his coworkers.
How about that? How about that? Put that where the sun don't shine, bitch. How about it?
All right. Well, thank you, Connor.
Anytime. Go Mountaineers. That's fine. That's fine. That's the only thing I know that's good. It's the only thing I know that I have. It's the only thing I know. So I know that's bullshit. Whatever.
That's good heat. That's good heat.
All right.
Man, lost a step or two. Not as loud.
All right. So I didn't expect that. I didn't see that one coming. But boy, when you came out swinging that hard for JMU, I was thinking there's no way he's able to keep this energy the whole time.
No.
Didn't see it happening. These people didn't deserve that because these people are fine. JMU. And I think obviously tomorrow morning is going to be historic and epic. But I think before we get out of here, AJ Hawk needs to win 2 to 3 more people about $5,000 as a way for us to say thank you for coming out and hanging out with us for the last 3 hours or so. Stefon Diggs, please pick one of the signs for a potential winner of $5,000.
There's a Stu Jet over here in the black and red sign who drove 114 miles to see her favorite program. So I think we should shoot for her.
This stooge doesn't even go here. She drove 14 miles, 114, whoa, just to see her favorite program. P.S. Where's Ben? That's Kirk's dog. He's inside shitting.
That's right.
But we will say, lady, we don't deserve that. We appreciate you. We do. We appreciate you. And we don't know if that's true or not. We're just taking it for a reward.
Very gullible.
But for $5,000, AJ, 114 miles. Is it worth the trail?
The wind.
Safe travels back. We apologize. We will get your gas money. We will get your gas money. Ty Schmidt needs you to pick another sign for AJ to potentially win.
Let's go with McAfee for NCAA Prez.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That job would suck.
Absolutely.
So bad. Nobody would want to have that job.
No.
Hey, you want to sign up to make probably little amount of money in comparison to the amount of hate you're going to get because you're going to be forced to make stupid decisions all the time.
Yep.
You can change NCAA. You can start today and say, you know what? We're not going to be a stupid organization. We're going to make the right decision that's not only best for the student human athletes, but also the best for college football and for college football fans and for communities and schools and futures of institutions when potential financial benefit from making one of these bowls can change everything for somebody. Why not start that today, NCAA?
Why not?
So I will not be the president, but hopefully the president heard that. You're allowed to make the right decision. You know what I mean? Like I have a couple friends who used to live pretty recklessly. You know what I mean? And it got to a point where you got to have a convo with them where you're like, hey, you're allowed to like live like a regular human. You know, like you don't have to just ruin yourself. You're allowed to work out. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to better yourself. You're allowed to continue to evolve. And you like change their life almost. They start viewing you. Hope they change their. You're allowed to mature. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to get better. That's allowed to happen. You can still wear cutoffs, but you're allowed. The NCAA is allowed to change.
Absolutely.
They don't have to make terrible decisions all the time. You're allowed to be the baby face every once in a while. You're allowed to make the decision that makes everybody happy, including opponents of people that are potentially affected by your ruling. That's allowed to take place. You don't have to suck forever, NCAA, and today could be the day that you decide to change.
What do you say?
What do you say?
Why not? Why not?
No chance they can do that.
Absolutely
no
not.
chance. But anyways, $5,000 to the Fine NCAA campaign sign.
What a shot. This guy's hot. This guy's hot.
Don't high five him. Don't. Yeah. Hey. 20. Hell yeah. There's a lot of wind blowing in the quad here in front of Wilson Hall. $11,000 has been won thus far by AJ Hawk, draining shots that most would certainly miss. The environment is way too hard to be shooting a basketball.
Yep.
But AJ Hawk should win at least one more person.
Oh, yeah, at least.
$5,000.
At least.
And since Connor did what Connor did to these fine people, he will not be the one choosing a sign. Tone, we need you to pick another sign for AJ to win another 5K full.
Looks like there's like an 8-year-old kid down here who's skipping school to be here. I feel like he should get a shot.
All right, kid. This is a bad idea for you. I don't know what your parents or why your parents are saying that. But I love you and I appreciate you. AJ with the wind picking up a little gusty from right to left. That kid skipped school. Let's make it a beneficial skipping for $5,000. AJ, let's go.
Come on, Hawk.
Oh, wind picked up. Wind picked up. Before we go any further, we have some. Jeez.
Easy.
Slow weech.
JMU! And I regret to inform everybody that it has been determined that Joe Burrow will be out for the rest of the season. Wrist ligament injury is what they're saying about it now, and that is a damn shame.
Yeah.
Schefter reported earlier that the NFL is looking into why the wrist injury was not on the injury report going into the game, which is a big conversation yesterday when video was posted, then deleted, of him walking off the plane with a wrist
guard of
some sort,
fashion.
very small, whatever it was. So everybody started questioning it. Then he gets hurt in the middle of the game on a non-contact, clearly to the same exact hand that was wrapped. Then you see the swelling of it. Then you see the sideline thing. And it's like, when did this happen? How did this happen? And this is a damn shame, not only for the Cincinnati Bengals, obviously, who are in a state of not only having him injured and hurt earlier, missing games, now he's missing games. It's like, they've had a great run. This year was supposed to be awesome. This is obviously going to change everything. But damn, AJ, this sucks for the football community as a whole. Joe Burrow no longer playing. Sucks for everybody.
Yeah, obviously, it sucks for everyone that's a Bengals fan, but it sucks for everyone that's a fan of football in general. When he threw that one, it was on the touchdown, right? And he throws it, doesn't get hit, and you see him just instantly grimace in pain. Like, I knew, like, that's probably not some broken bone or a little fracture, and that's usually some kind of ligament or just, man, sucks for him, for everybody.
Sweet hair.
Yeah, right. It's great.
Stone cold killer.
Oh, good fit.
Love watching people that are just in the big moment, dogs.
Yeah.
He is proven to be that guy. We're going to miss him. We're going to certainly miss him. But football will move on.
It will.
Another spot for RG3 to throw his hat in the ring.
Good call.
Maybe Zach Taylor gives a call. Was Zach Taylor on... when did Zach Taylor meet up with Sean McVay?
That's a good question. Was he on that?
Was it in...
when they put up the graphic of him and McDaniel and everyone that was on that staff, I don't know if Zach Taylor was there or not.
I don't remember. But anyways, we'll see what they do going forward. Obviously, Browning had that first one. That first one was good. The Bengals are going to have to figure it out. A lot of teams are dealing with injured quarterbacks right now. It's been an interesting season. The best football still ahead.
Yep.
Speaking of ahead, we need to win a couple more people some money.
Come on, AJ.
That sucks for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But it does not suck for Ty. I need you to pick another sign.
Let's go with the chaos thing just floating up there.
Where?
Chaos.
Wait, is that the mascot?
Oh, never mind, it's the mascot. Father of the Constitution, AJ Hawk.
All right, where's that at?
Right here.
Straight ahead.
Second row.
Right behind the yellow Fire Matt Canada sign. Father of the Constitution.
Oh, Father of the Constitution, AJ Hawk, boys. You got a backwards visor on, I believe. Or is that just a bandana? That's a backwards visor.
Love it.
Always cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Good look.
Good sign. The boys are rowdy. Excited for a great weekend here in Harrisonburg. AJ, you can win them $5,000. All you have to do is bury a shot, a moon shot, if you will, from the stage into that hoop in the quad in front of Wilson Hall. Let's go, AJ! Let's take a break. Take a breather. One more person, it'll be a $10,000 shot.
I got a good one. I got a good sign. I'm just throwing that out there. You guys can judge it for yourself. Second row behind Duke style. There's a woman that says, I watch the Pat McAfee Show for all the wives. But it's behind the Duke style in the other one.
It's a watch.
Yeah, put right next to, go down Duke style. Boom, right behind it. I watch the Pat McAfee Show for the wives. Wide. Girlfriends, wide.
Children,
wide.
And
Babies,
dogs.
wide.
And dogs.
Wide.
I think the interesting thing about that is the amount of people that we get to meet. And the ladies will say, I'm forced to listen to you because of him. Mm-hmm. And I goes, I'm so sorry to them every single time. And then the husband's like, it's good, it's good, it's good. So I think we've been a part of a lot of relationships in a lot of families, in cars, even in houses, I've heard, in bedrooms, I've heard.
Wow, okay.
So we're closer to those people, I think.
That's cool.
Okay.
We're closer to those people than everybody else.
Talking sex.
But we're very lucky to do what we do. And we appreciate the hell out of you, lady, and for everybody that has forced to deal with us. So for $10,000 on this Feel Good Friday to wrap up the most memorable show we have ever had. Oh, no! One more shot. One more shot. One more shot. One more shot. That isn't how he's supposed to go. He's hit 2 today.
Yeah. High wins.
High wins, great vibes.
Yeah.
AJ's made 2 shots. Connor will punt this thing.
I will.
Yeah, he will do that. Got to find another sign for 10K.
JSPN sign.
Which one are you thinking, Tom?
See what he thinks.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I heart Bruce Brown down here, the guy in the wheelchair.
Boom.
Yeah, hell yeah. The fact that even Bruce Brown is known by this guy makes me believe he's a massive fan. And he's been sitting over there hey, buddy, we appreciate you, man. I don't know if the camera can even get him. It would have to be, I think, this one. That one. No, the runner will get it. Hey, big dog. AJ's about to make this for 10K for you. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. I think we got him. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, my dude. What up, bro?
Hell yeah.
He's been hanging out all by himself right there for the last 3 hours. Hey, buddy, what's your name? What's your name? What do you say?
Tom, Todd.
Rob?
Rob.
Hey, Rob. I appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Let's go ahead, AJ, for 10K.
Come on, Hub.
For Rob!
Worst shot of the day.
Rob, you're the man still. You're still the man, Rob. Still the man. Jeez Louise. All right. We're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to continue to hang out with these beautiful people for the next few hours, obviously. Can't wait to stay in your city. Can't wait to try Jack Bryan's. The Cove.
Yeah.
The
Rudy's?
What is it? Not Flanagan.
Hergies? Hergies. Oh, okay, we like Hergies. What is Hergies? All right. Yeah. I think there's a lot of different places being told to us right now, not just the Hergies. So it was tough to get all the messaging there. We do apologize. From myself, AJ Hawk, Tone Diggs, Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor.
Shut up.
All the boys in the back, Foxy, Zito, Nick, and Gumpy. Hey, pal.
Pow.
Loud.
Pow. Wide.
Hell yeah!
That's what I'm talking about. Just to reiterate the facts, that man had a 10-year ban from the United States 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Because of immigration processes and everything like that. Then we get him back in here legally, and he's the hardest working human I've ever encountered. I'm happy he's an American. And Gumpy, we're lucky to have you on our team, pal. I want to let you know that. Hell yeah. Guy went from painting ships.
Yep.
Just inhaling terrible fumes.
Oh, yeah.
In the bottom of the ocean. In Canada.
Wow.
Calls into our show. Oh, lad.
My name's Dom.
My name's Dumpy because I poop my pants. Now he works for us full time and travels to beautiful cities like Harrisonburg. He's the American dream, and we appreciate the hell out of him.
Absolute scenes here, Pat.
Hell yeah. So when you see a guy get jacked up about life like that, it's hard not to say, you know what, life is good. And whenever we found out that we were going to James Madison, I don't think we necessarily just screamed with excitement, but we were certainly wondering what it was going to be like. And I would say since the moment we landed with how beautiful everything was, the hospitality that everyone has shown, and what this crowd has done for us for the last 3 hours. Plus you add in the fact that the NCAA is just blatantly screwing them over right now. It's hard not to be incredibly pumped about life and about where we are. We can't wait to enjoy the next 24 hours in this beautiful city. Game days tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We hope you all have the greatest weekend of your life. Sunday should be fantastic. Saturday is going to be wonderful. And Overreaction Monday is going to be a shit show, per usual. We appreciate the hell out of you. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Goodbye.